Yep.
Love Woodward Sports?
We look
Love
all right.
wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Welcome into the Woodward Lions post game. We made it, guys.
We did, finally.
The preseason's fucking over.
Holy shit.
Finally. This has been it's been a grind.
Yeah.
Lions haven't
Shout out, Justin.
Lions haven't looked great, but we obviously haven't seen any of the frontline starters. So at this point, all we're really doing is just digging deep for something to complain about because, quite honestly, we might not have a Super Bowl, but as Lions fans, KG, we are spoiled at this point.
No, we are. I remember days where we would hinge on this preseason, man. You're really trying to find out who's going to start here. What is this player going to do? Oh, this player is an unsigned free agent, and, oh, he's cutting up. He's got to make the Lions roster. Yeah, those days are over for this football team, and I'm actually happier to be on this side of things than the previous side. But ultimately, I think we are ready for the season. I mean, you heard Justin in there. We're all just ready for real football at this point. So, hey, let's line them up. The starters are ready to go. Everybody's healthy, and yeah, man, we only got a couple more weeks to wait.
Yeah, and those 2 weeks are going to tick by very, very slowly. Obviously, the Lions played in the Hall of Fame game, which was technically week 0 for the preseason. So there is a whole nother week of preseason games being played during Labor Day weekend. Your Detroit Lions will have that weekend off. Hey, let's get right to it. Kyle Allen, Hendon Hooker. Kyle Allen comes in, went 3 and out his first possession, but then after that looked really good, very clean. In fact, so clean, a 158.3 perfect quarterback rating on the back of 5 for 5 for 66, and that worm burner. It wasn't really a worm burner, but a worm came out of it, and that was the over-the-shoulder touchdown pass to Isaac Tesla.
Who else? I said who else this preseason?
Yeah, for real. You're right about that. I mean,
it's him and Jackson Meeks. That's it.
He's been the darling of the preseason. Didn't really see anything from Jackson Meeks today, which to me could be quite telling. He got 1 target. Dominic Lovett got 2 targets. The fact that these guys didn't play a lot today might mean both are going to be on this team, KG.
I really struggle to see that still at this point. The Lions historically have not carried 5 receivers into the season. And when you just look at this room, because Tesla obviously is going to make this team, you're looking at, Khalif Raymond being back in the fold as well. You have Amon Ra, you have J-Mo, you have Tim Patrick, although y'all trying to throw him away, and you have Tesla. And with the return of Khalif Raymond, that makes that wide receiver room just that much harder to crack. And for a defense that had so many injuries last year, I just really struggle, to see the Lions maybe using that roster spot, for an offensive player, especially at the wide receiver position. If anything, you want to use that for a lineman or something like that. But ultimately, I think they're going to carry the 5. Hopefully, you can get 1 or 2 of these guys on the practice squad. That's best case scenario. And most likely, I think it would be Lovett because Jackson Meeks has had such a great preseason. Then I think a lot of teams would maybe value what he brings to the table and might try to take a chance on him. But at this point, that's what it is. And I would use that spot more on defense. But we don't know. Ultimately, it's up to Brad in the game.
We can assume you'd be keeping Jackson Meeks?
I mean, if I had my way, then sure. Yeah. Because he's done a lot this preseason to show you, like, he's a gamer. He's going to go out there, might not be the fastest, might not be the strongest, but he has a knack for making plays, and that's something that you want to see. That's something that the Lions value.
My question is the versatility, because at wide receiver 5, you're not seeing the field unless there is an injury. By and large, our wide receivers have mostly been one of the healthiest position rooms since Dan and Brad have gotten here. I would question nothing about the statement that Jackson Meeks could contribute for this team as an actual wide receiver. Now, can he contribute on special teams? Obviously, you give me a hard time for Lovett being a gunner, and that's what I keep bringing up. But that's what he was drafted for. I think most guys that you're going after in the 7th round, you're looking for versatility. You're looking for the ability to play special teams, as well as step up if an injury were to happen.
Yeah.
So far, if an injury were to happen, I would prefer Jackson Meeks to be that wide receiver that gets plugged in as your number 4 or, heaven forbid, number 3.
Yeah.
On the other side of it, though, from special teams, you watch Lovett make a lot of plays out there, and it's really going to come down to what the regime, what they consider more, whether they value the ability to play in multiple spots for this team or whether they value that opportunity if you get put into the lineup offensively that you can go out and make plays. And we certainly saw that from Meeks during the preseason. I go back to that stat where it says that every single player that they've drafted. Now, I got checked on it from the what was the outside rush guy that Houston, James Houston.
Yeah, James Houston.
So that was a guy that didn't make the 53 immediately, practice squad, then got put back on it that year. But otherwise, these guys, when they draft guys, they keep guys.
Yeah.
And so that's where my thinking is on Lovett. But let's switch back to the opening conversation. Kyle Allen and Hendon Hooker. Hendon Hooker didn't look good today. Had that sailed pass, which might have been on Lovett not turning and seeing it quick enough. Maybe he threw it too quickly. Maybe he threw it too tall. Ended up turning into an interception. But he didn't look much better today. Did have that final drive. Mm-hmm. But I'm going to go back to it. These guys don't cut players that they have drafted in that first year. And so for me to see them try and, well, it's not first year, obviously, with Hendon Hooker, but this guy, it would cost you $700,000 to release him. Then it's going to cost you $500,000, whatever you replace him with. You're talking about $1 million to $2 million loss if you waive Hendon Hooker. Now, we're hearing some things out of Tennessee that they have some interest in him. I'm hoping that maybe in that last drive he showed a little bit of something, because I think this whole debate is going to be something that's going to hang up our fan base. If both of these guys make this team, if for some reason they try and push Kyle Allen to the practice squad, it's just a point of contention that we don't need for the Lions fans. Let's go get a 6th or 7th round for this kid, and let's end the Hendon story in Detroit.
I mean, yeah, but that's assuming another team wants him as well. And at this point, I just can't see much value in him. It would be nice if we can get a draft pick out of the deal, but I think the decision on Hendon Hooker was maybe made a week or two ago from the front office standpoint. I think they kind of know what they have at this point.
As the number 2 or 3, yes. But what about his position on this team? That's what it comes down to. We know that Kyle Allen's the number 2.
Yeah.
The question now is this team going to keep 3 quarterbacks or 6 wide receivers, or are they going to go 2-5 and use that roster space for the defense like you mentioned?
No, but that's what I mean. I do feel like the decision was made in regards to whether they will try to, keep Hendon Hooker as part of a, on this with a roster spot.
And what was that decision?
I think I really think he's gone, but
you think he's gone because of what you've seen on his play on the TV, or you think he's gone because they're willing to cut him?
I think he's gone because they are willing to cut him. I don't think Brad is as attached to his draft picks as, the masses may think, but ultimately he knows what's best for this team. And when Hendon Hooker came in, it was, at a time where, maybe it was some uncertainty in certain places, but now when you get, 2 to 3 years down the line and you look, these spots are not just, willy-nilly. Like, a lot of guys aren't going to make this team that have performed well in the preseason. So I really think that they can get by without Hendon Hooker taking up that roster spot. But ultimately, we don't know what Brad is going to do, because he is somebody that has spoken and says that he likes Hendon Hooker. They still have a belief in him. What that belief is, I don't know. Maybe they just want to have that third body on the team, but as far as on the field play goes, it's been decided at this point. I mean, anybody with eyes can see it at this point.
Yeah, just kind of looking at some of these battles here. The fourth safety spot remains open. Nate Lynn, Keith Cooper Jr., Isaac Ukwu, all in contention. Cooper Jr. received first-team defensive line reps, indicating strong potential. That I'm taking that off of AI, not defensive line, but he was mixing in with the ones. Obviously, played a lot today with the twos. Made a lot of big plays. I think a lot of fans are looking at that pass interference, but the fact is he got beat, he recognized it, and he saved a touchdown, which ultimately Lions were able to push them back with a sack, push them back with penalties. Kaimi Fairbairn misses the field goal. Keith Cooper, we've been calling his name quite a bit this preseason. Seems like a guy that might be at the end of that 53-man roster. Certainly somebody that I think would get picked up if they exposed him to waivers.
Yeah, he's another one of those guys that I feel like you maybe just have to, wait and see what the waivers look like. If he survives waivers, you'll happily bring him back. But these spots are really, really tight, especially on defense, man. And once again, somebody that is, kind of shown some stuff in preseason that just may not make this team because those roster spots are so valuable right now.
Yeah, no doubt about it. The safety battle is going to be interesting. One of your guys that we called a lot today, Lauren Strickland, out there. He made a lot of plays, including that tackle on that in route from that wide receiver. Absolutely stuck that tackle.
Yeah, and he's physical. You really like that about his game. He was out there just putting his nose, in the ground and really going out there and making tackles, man. You love to see that. I don't know if they value what he can do, maybe you keep him for special teams or something like that, or you once again just hope he makes it to the practice squad. I don't know how much they value him, but he is at a position to where he may get an opportunity if an injury or two were to occur. So wonder where they're thinking in regards to that.
So I'm just going to break it down through the quarterback. Obviously Goff, then you don't know where you're at with Hendon and Kyle. Jahmyr Gibbs, Monty, Craig Reynolds, Sione Vaki, all these guys are going to be on the team.
Absolutely.
Amon-Ra, J-Mo, Tesla, Patrick, Raymond. Then they've got Weeks slotted in here at number 6. Ronnie Bell, probably going to be cut. Dominic Lovett, I just don't know, man. It obviously Meeks outplayed him this preseason.
Yeah,
that's for certain. But what?
And they got a lot of options at the gunner spot too in terms of special teams. That's my only real pushback against that.
Well, AI here, they like Jackson Meeks too.
Yeah,
the team.
Yeah.
So tight end, obviously Laporta, Brock Wright, and that third spot, Luke Deal, is competing with Zylstra and Kenny Yeboah. Sounds like this is a position that we haven't talked about much, and there is a true three-way battle for that third spot. You'd think Shane Zylstra is the incumbent, but Luke Deal might have surpassed him in making this team.
The only thing is Shane Zylstra is somebody that they're very, very familiar with at this point. He knows the system. He knows this offense. Even with the new offensive coordinator, he's somebody that you've used, in terms of catching passes, but also blocking schemes as well. So I just think they would hang with what they know in that situation. Zylstra's been here, and when he's been called upon, he has been somewhat reliable. So I think they'll go in that direction.
Yeah, we might have to keep your eye on that one. This is a roster battle that nobody's really talking about because they're not that concerned, but realistically, your third tight end's probably going to see the field more than your sixth receiver.
No, well, absolutely,
receiver. So keep your eye on that one, guys. Offensive line, Glasgow, Ratledge, Mahogany, Panay, Decker. That's your starting five.
Love it.
After that, of course, Skipper, the draft pick this year at LSU, Miles Frazier, Tristan Colin, Gio Manu, Coyote Awasika, and it sounds like that is largely set. Jamarco Jones, Mason Miller probably going to get cut. May end up on the practice squad. But we had Theo Greminger on from FantasyPoints.com, and if you didn't catch the Fantasy Jerk show on Wednesday, make sure you tune in this Wednesday 7:30. We'll have another one of their analysts and experts on. FantasyPoints.com works for the Vikings, works for the Packers, and they work for Vikings, Packers, and Bears. So they are one of the premier analytic companies. They're obviously premier in the NFC North. And when Theo was on with us on Wednesday night, he said that they analytically have the Lions offensive lines squarely, firmly inside the top 5 in the NFL, regardless of losing Frank Ragnow to retirement. That was something that was exciting for me to hear because I believe they're a top 10 unit. You know, Mahogany looked really good towards the end of the year, but the big question mark is Tate Ratledge. From what I'm hearing from a guy that's, you know, working for NFL teams and really is deep in the analytics, we still have a top 5 unit. And I think that if that's the case, what we will see, if they're healthy, by the time that Week 18 is done, this young line will be going into the playoffs primed to dominate and lead the way for the running backs and keep our quarterback upright.
Yeah, and that's you know, a real high prediction for what they'll be. I do feel like they'll still be in that top 10 best offensive line in the NFL. But when you look at what they're replacing, I just look at the positions on the offensive line. I think it's easier to replace 2 guards than it would be, you know, if it were 2 tackles. Like, let's say if we were replacing these 2 guys with Jared Goff's blindside and Penei Sewell's spot, then I would maybe be kind of worried as to what that transition would be like. But when you're looking at 2 guards, Mahogany, who has already had some playing time, he's kind of familiar with what's going on here. And then Tate Ratledge, who by all accounts appears like he's ready to handle what NFL life will be like. They've played him at both center and guard position, and I feel like the Lions would have been comfortable starting him at center if they had to. But you know you have the proven veteran commodity in Glasgow. Now you do need to see what his injury is going to be. Hopefully it's nothing serious and he'll be good to go. You haven't heard anything, so I think that's good news so far. But if he can be healthy and you have Tate right there between him and Penei Sewell, how is he not going to flourish? You know, barring injury, of course, I think that he's suited for the role. And this Lions offensive line, it might be slow out the gate, but I think, you know, they'll hit their stride fairly quickly.
Yeah, and
like,
Tate
quickly.
didn't look exposed in preseason games. He looks like he is ready to not only play but contribute at a high level at the NFL level.
Yeah.
Glasgow would be nice to get him back. That much is for certain. But the starting 5 is in place. Glasgow, Ratledge, Mahogany, Sewell, Decker. I feel super confident about it. The fact that Theo and the rest of those guys at Fantasy Points rank them so highly, and not like, hey, there's some argument here. Resoundingly, they place them in the top 5 in the NFL offensive line. But on the other side of that line, DJ Reader, Roy Lopez, Levi obviously gone for the year.
Yeah.
Tyleek Williams. Then things get really murky. You know, Mekhi Wingo, a great contributor out of the 6th round last year, then gets hurt. Still kind of nursing injuries now.
Yeah, he's off the PUP list now.
He is, okay. But we've been hearing some strange stuff, like maybe he doesn't fit with this team.
Yeah, I mean, at that position, that's a position of need, and the Lions have had to interchange a lot of bodies at that spot. So, you know, for him to get hurt is kind of inconvenient because they did bring in Roy Lopez. You know, they did re-sign Levi. So, yeah, these spots are not easy to get. But I do feel like he can be a contributor, especially seeing that Aleem McNeil is going to miss some time. You're going to need rotational bodies at that spot, and Mekhi Wingo is somebody that they've played on the inside as well as the outside.
No
They've
doubt.
played
Very
him at
versatile.
edge as well. He's versatile. He's somebody that works hard. He's a grinder. So I feel like they will use him in some spots if he's healthy and ready to go this year. But I think that this defensive line unit is one of the most maybe slept on parts of our team, man. I really feel like this defensive line is going to go out and show out. Marcus Davenport, hey, say what you will. I call it blind faith. I have faith that he's going to be relatively healthy this year. Hopefully he doesn't get hurt, but you just never know. His history says that he will, but I just feel like if he's healthy and on this field, man, he's going to make an impact. I feel like getting Hutch back is huge because he masks a lot of things that are wrong, you know, on this defensive line, and he's going to come in. He's going to have a great year. But you still have DJ Reader in the middle, a veteran who is absolutely stout in the run game that can eat up space. And with Tyleek Williams, that's going to make his job that much easier. And if he can provide any pass rush upside, I think you're looking at a nasty Lions defensive line with some pretty good reserves as well. I think Roy Lopez is going to be a good contributor. And Mekhi Wingo, once again, I think he'll contribute. So they're going to be fine. I'm not worried at all.
Yeah, Tyleek Williams, a guy that was uber productive at Ohio State. I think that he's going to be paired very nicely with Reader in the middle there. Broderick Martin, a guy that we saw quite a bit of today in this game. He, is just going to add some depth. Looks like Miles Adams, Chris Smith, both probably going to be cut. On the edge, obviously Aiden, you talked about Davenport.
Yeah.
Josh Paschal, yet another year to try and prove himself. Did I hear correctly that Abad Hassanein is done for the year?
Yeah,
that's
I think it's a
bummer.
pectoral injury, but yeah, that looks like he's going to be out for the year. So
Yeah.
It sucks because I think he would have got some playing time, especially on that opposite end of Hutch, man. He definitely would have got some rotational time there. So yeah, it just sucks.
Yeah, so there's some room there to make a move for the edge.
Zadarius Smith?
Well, that's what everybody's been asking about all week. We've somehow been able to stay away from the topic of Z most of this week, but it's going to come back up, especially with the news of Ahmed Hassanein being done for the season. 2 weeks to get him in here, to get him into the fold, get him conditioned. Looks like he's been enjoying his summer, though.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, man. Living it up wherever he was. Fiji, I don't know. He was in an infinity pool somewhere, man, with the mountains in the background. Looked good, but if he's here, cool. If he's not, cool. At least that's how I'm looking at it from my fandom.
I think that they need a fourth guy, though. They've only got the three right now. Who would your fourth edge be?
I don't know if I would say, could you use one? Yeah, but as far as like absolutely need, I don't know, man, because everybody's coming back healthy. I think if injuries were to take place, then obviously.
Well, but everybody's not. Levi's done for the year. Aleem's not going to be here until Thanksgiving at best.
Yeah.
So I don't think that Wingo's fully healthy. So now you're banking on a not fully healthy DJ Reader. I don't know if he is or not. So Reader, Lopez, Tyleek.
If he's suited up and out there, that's what it is, man. That's what we're rolling with.
But let's talk about it. Reader, Lopez, Tyleek, Mekhi, Broderick. That's 5. Hutch, Davenport, Paschal. That's only 8 guys.
Yeah.
They're 1 or 2 short of what they're going to take onto this roster. So whether it's Darius Smith or somebody else, with the Hassanein news, the Lions are going to go out and get another edge rusher.
Yeah, well, it's yet to be seen because
it's going to happen. I'm telling you right now.
Hey, I hope so, but I can't bank on things that have not happened, up until this point. And it's funny because I remember before the draft, I remember saying on Waco Woodward, rest in peace, that this could come all the way down until training camp before they signed Zadarius Smith. A lot of people thought that this deal should have been done a long time ago, but when you just look at it, if they go into the season without him, I think they're okay. Like, would I like to have him on this team? Absolutely, I would, because that only makes you stronger, especially with the Hassanein news. I mean, yes, you could use somebody over there. I struggle with the word need at this point because with everybody healthy, I think we need to see what they have in-house right now. I think they'll be okay. And if you need to make a move, they can make a move. I don't think Brad's scared to make a move. I know a lot of people do feel that way as well. But if they need Zadarius, they'll go get him. And I think a deal is in place. It's up to him to accept it at this point.
Yeah, I think with the Hassanein news that they're going to have to bring in Z or they're going to have to bring in somebody else. Linebacking core seems set. Alex, you're entering the anal zone. Jack Campbell, Derek Barnes, Grant Stewart is making this team. I think that Zach Cunningham and Trevor Nowaski need to make this team as well. I think Nowaski's a guy that you can kind of put on the edge.
Yeah,
for at least
they played a majority at edge.
Yeah, for the at least until you get a little bit healthier on that defensive line. So maybe he's a guy that might have been cut from this team that makes this team now with the Hassanine news?
Well, I mean, Nowoski was here last year, and, they did utilize him, especially considering the injuries that you had to Barnes and Anzalone later on down the line. So Nowoski is somebody that they trust, and they've played him at the edge position majority. In today's game, they did play him at some off-ball linebacker. Yeah. I guess they're trying to, expand, his skill set.
Versatility.
So, yeah, once again, versatility. Shout out Spinny.
8 tackles today, 3 solo for Trevor.
Yeah, so no, he had a game, man, and he's somebody that I do expect to make this team. Also with a Grant Stewart, who, like I said to Neil when I walked in, you call his name at least 6 or 7 times every preseason game. This 6, 7, 6, 7 times every game, because he's just dynamic, bro. He's been all over the field in terms of stopping the run. He's been involved in some pass coverages as well. You just really like his aggressiveness and his ability to close out and make tackles, man. He's forced his way into a roster spot. He has. You said what? What? Oh, we gonna fuck him up. I can't wait.
So at some point, Rodrigo comes back. That's a point where you might see Zach Cunningham get cut, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't think that Nowoski does, just because of his edge ability. Grant Stewart just seems like he's been everywhere all too often for them to consider him being that
He
cut.
got to make the roster, bro.
I think so, too. On to the secondary. At the corner, Tyrion Arnold, DJ Reed, Amik Robertson, and Rock Ya-Sin. There's still room for somebody in there with Ennis Rakestraw going down for the season. Khalil Dorsey is a guy that I don't know if he's healthy yet. But
yeah, I don't think he's healthy right now.
Yeah, that's somebody that they could use, and, maybe hide on the pup or hide on IR for a while, and bring him back up. Losing Ennis is a bummer, because that's your second-round pick from last year, a guy that hasn't played it down for you in a regular season game. And I think all of us really wanted to see what the hell he had.
Yeah, and I think you forgot the name Avonte Maddox. Because,
I did.
Yeah, Avonte Maddox is
absolutely. He's more of a safety, but yeah.
Yeah, but they'll utilize him in the corner spot as well. He's absolutely going to make this team. And we did see him pop a little bit in the preseason here. He played today. I think he's suited for that spot, and you want that kind of veteran presence, in with this secondary that's going to be very, very formidable, man. If you believe all the hype out of camp about TA, all right, I got you. But yeah, if you believe all of the hype around TA and the improvements that he's made, I think they're going to be just fine. You have DJ Reed, smaller corner, but somebody who's very physical, sticks to receivers, a lot of pass deflections over his career to kind of make up for the lack of interceptions. And we love Amik Robertson here, man, because he's so goddamn versatile. You can use him all over the field. I really feel like that 3 alone, that is going to make this room. But with Rock Ya-Sin and Avonte Maddox also waiting in the wings, you have a lot of versatility there, especially when you have one of the best safety rooms in the NFL. That's just going to make things that much easier.
Yeah, up front, the safety room is all pro. Obviously, we've seen that. Behind those guys, though, with Mo Norris's injury, we're still... Sounds like he can be back this year. Sounds like he most likely will be back this year. But Avonte Maddox is that first line behind Kirby and Brian Branch. Then you're looking at Eric Halleck, Lawrence Strickland, and the UDFA that we talked about quite a few times today, DJ Miller Jr. I think that you're going to see that final spot in the safety room, at least for the first month of the season, come down to Miller Jr. and Lawrence Strickland. Lawrence Strickland, 9 tackles today, all solo, one of them for a loss. He, I've seen him, moving around, motoring around a little bit, but today he left it all out there, and he gave the Lions brass a lot to think about. When you play that physical, you play with that kind of grit, it's going to be tough to get cut.
Yeah, you talk about spots that we haven't really talked about. The safety room, behind Kirby and Branch is a little thin, so that is absolutely a spot where there may be some spots available. And you do like what you saw out of Strickland today, man. Strickland was out there just flying all over the field, man. And we have seen him in a couple of the other preseason games kind of make plays here and there. We've seen him a lot more than Miller at this point.
Yep.
And I like his physicality. I like what he brings to the table. So I can can absolutely see, maybe him getting that roster spot. We've talked about Nick Whiteside a little bit too. Somebody who, great story, and he's made some plays here and there.
Plays
but
today for sure.
Yeah, but I don't know. With that part, I don't know if he makes it, but I do like what you saw from Strickland today. I really like
Strickland
him.
was all over the place.
Yeah.
Looks like he can play a multitude of positions, not only safety, but some nickel and stuff like that. DJ Miller was lining up as a corner as well as a safety, so both of those guys have a tremendous amount of versatility. Again, something that the Lions really, really value. And in terms of specialists, we know Jack Fox and Jake Bates aren't going anywhere, and then Hogan Hatton is our long snapper. What was the guy's name that was our long snapper for like 23 years or something, it felt like?
I can't even remember now.
I'm going to have to dig that up. But, let's turn it over to the chat a little bit, guys. Please hit that like button. Smash it for us. Let's get us up there.
Oh,
all right. I'm just pulling up the chat here. I see Malik Beasley, the first name that I see in there. Don Muehlbach. I knew the chat would have it for me,
Don
man.
Muehlbach,
That's
yeah.
why I went right there. Dude was our long
throwback.
snapper for like 18
he was,
years,
long
man.
time.
He was in there forever. But big shout out to our sponsor for the post-game show, Buddy's Pizza, that Detroit-style original pizza that they created and they perfected. Locations all around Metro Detroit. Go and make sure you check out Buddy's Pizza. Of course, the heavyweights on Tuesday will be at Black Rock Grill, our sponsor from the watch
jealous,
party.
man.
You want to make sure that you get over there, get a little bit of time with those guys. They're going to be trying out all the food over there, and I will second that. I wish I was going to be there.
Yeah, man. The heavies get all the nice stuff around here.
No doubt, but I would check that out. Make sure you guys tune in for that one. Now, tomorrow, we'll be doing the Tigers live stream. That'll start at 1:30 with first pitch at 1:40. Next weekend, no Lions games, so you're going to double dose of the Tigers. And then the weekend after Labor Day, it is regular season time. Let's talk Green Bay,
please,
Detroit,
please,
Lambeau
to
Field.
Something before you do that. That's
Okay.
what I was trying to say when my mic was out. I'm sorry. I apologize. But they want you to react to Dan Campbell saying that Isaac Tesla will contribute early to this team. What do you guys think about that? How much do you think Isaac Tesla will have a role, especially with Dan Campbell confirming that he will have one early in the season?
I mean, duh.
How do you keep that guy off the field?
Yeah, at this point, like, absolutely, he needs to be involved because I was telling you during the watch party, like, they realize that. They can see it clear as day. He can help you win games this year. There's no need to wait. Now, where I struggle is, is he completely taking Tim Patrick's spot? That is something up for debate, and that's something that we've been debating over the last couple of weeks. But absolutely, he's going to be involved early and often, and I would expect to see him in a lot of red zone sets, man, because with his size and speed, that is it's valuable, man. And you saw him make jump ball plays. You've seen him, just not drop any passes. And if I am correct, he has not dropped a pass his whole preseason, and he didn't drop a pass in college as well. So, man, the kid has made it absolutely hard. Well, I wouldn't say it's hard for, John Morton to work him in. Why wouldn't you want to work in another weapon to this Lions offense, man? Like, it's unbelievable.
And we talked about him, I think we'd thrown out a 2.5. Who's going to get more sacks or touchdowns, Tesla or Hassanine? Obviously, it's not going to be Hassanine. But that 2.5 touchdown over-under for Tesla starting to seem really small.
Yeah.
Because this guy might not even get 50 targets on the season, but he could get a dozen red zone targets, and
Absolutely.
he could cash on at least half of those. I'm not calling for him to have 6 or 7 touchdowns, but they don't have a high point jump ball receiver outside of Tim Patrick. Tim Patrick, as much as he's our biggest receiver last year, he's out there for blocking purposes. He's out there because he's a vet, because they know that he's not going to be out there making mistakes. If I'm a quarterback and I'm throwing a jump ball and I have to choose between Tim Patrick and Isaac Tesla, I'll tell you right now, it's going to damn well be Isaac Tesla.
No, I'm not mad at that because he has that athletic ability. And Tim Patrick, although his, athleticism doesn't blow you off the page, he is a savvy vet that is capable of going up and making those jump balls as well. And like you said, the Lions, they realize what they have in Tim Patrick. Whether he's wide receiver 3 or not, ultimately, I don't think that even matters at this point. So to be honest, I really would like to come off that conversation. I think it's more about, okay, you're going to use these guys in rotation. And I see, Chuck Brewer in the chat saying we're going 5 wide receiver sets all day long.
Could happen.
And maybe that is something that you look into as John Morton, the offensive coordinator. You absolutely could use a 4 or 5 wide receiver set in this system because you still have Khalif Raymond that is coming back as well. He's somebody that's known to get a first down or two, in his time with the Lions. So, man, they have a plethora of options, and instead of worrying about let's replace this guy, is he wide receiver 3, I think we just need to be happy at the embarrassment of riches that we have in this wide receiver room because it is absolutely deep, man. And if somebody were to go down, I don't think we'll have a drop-off anywhere in terms of the wide receiver room.
Yeah, a name that's sticking out to me, I had to pull up his stats here, was first-year Jahan Dotson with the Redskins when they were still the Redskins. This is a guy that had 61 targets, 35 catches, 7 touchdowns.
I still don't know why Washington traded him, to be honest.
Yeah, it didn't make sense to me, especially when you had Jane Daniels coming in. But obviously, he's not the same receiver. His second year, he had a lot more reps.
He was like wide receiver 5 with the Eagles.
But what I saw out of him that first year, where they didn't utilize him a lot in the passing game, but when they got down to the red zone, they looked for Jahan Dotson. And I'm pretty comfortable with a rookie year like that for Tesla. 61 targets, 35 catches, 523 yards, and 7 touchdowns. Doable?
Absolutely doable. Once again, his athletic ability says that he can be a force in this league very, very early on because a lot of teams aren't going to be game planning for Isaac Tesla either. He doesn't have a lot of tape out there. The preseason looks good, but defensive coordinators really aren't planning for Isaac Tesla just yet. So this is probably the best time to use him, when defenses aren't expecting you to utilize him as a weapon at that wide receiver 3-4 spot, So I think that, if we have a smart offensive coordinator, which I feel like we do in John Morton, he will find ways to get Tesla the football, whether it's through the air, maybe through some reverses that they used to give J-Mo. He has the speed to do that as well. Maybe some jet sweeps, you never know. But there are plenty of ways that you can utilize Isaac Tesla's ability very early on in the season, man. And I think they will.
No doubt about it. Well, we were about to go to Green Bay in week 1. Justin kind of paused us here and had a couple things to talk about.
And you'll thank me because the number spiked.
Oh, absolutely. I'm not mad at you, bro.
I know, I'm just messing with you.
Right. No, I'm glad you're here, bro. I thought you was leaving. That's
shout
why I
out
cut
to
your
the
mic
Sun
off.
Cruisers today as well, guiding our journey.
I'm freaking it. Buzz. Holy crap. Shout out to the Sun Cruisers.
No, big shout out. Big shout out.
Anyway, we are going to Green Bay in 2 weeks. And, there's...
Yeah, KG.
Man, I'm so ready for it,
so
bro.
ready. Come on.
Holy shit, man. Thank God. 2 more weeks, man.
You got a W there or a loss?
You said what?
You got a W in Green Bay for us?
I got a W, man.
Yeah.
I think they going to beat the brakes off of the Packers. I'm not going to lie to you. And I'd be remiss if I didn't say Justin was hyping me up today, but ultimately, when you look at what Jordan Love's going through with the thumb, a lot of questions around whether he's fully healthy or not. And just, until I see it with the Packers, I do not believe in this offense. Like, Josh Jacobs is good, don't get me wrong. But he's somebody that the Lions are capable of stopping. I mean, we were one of the best rush defenses the past 2 to 3 years. I'm not worried about Josh Jacobs killing you. Matt Golden, yeah, it's nice that you got a first-round rookie receiver finally when you had a Hall of Fame quarterback here for many years that you didn't do that for. But not worried about Matt Golden. He's got to prove it to me before I start believing that. And everybody else, man, is either, injury riddle or they're just not a proven commodity in the league still. Not worried about them.
Believe in the mighty Packers?
Man, no, absolutely not, man.
Forbidden
Tucker Craft.
of the North?
I'm good,
Since
man.
before I
I'm
was
good.
born?
This Lions defense, we've heard out of training camp that they look unreal, bro. And with everybody healthy, I think they terrorize Jordan Love. I think he's going to have a tough day with Marcus Davenport closing that pocket and Hutch right there to catch him. So I think this Lions defense is going to show out, and I think it's going to be a sizable win for the Detroit Lions. I do.
And it's been a long time since we've seen this defense whole and healthy. So I think that that's something that it's hard for Lions fans to remember how good this team was in the first half.
Yeah.
Because they were still damn good in the second half. They were 15-2 after all.
With guys off the street.
Yeah, but what I think that Lions fans are forgetting is that as good as that team was, they were a shell of what they could have been. And I've said all offseason, I think that this defense on paper is the best defense the Lions have ever had. I know we've had some great defensive units, but when healthy, when Aleem comes back, and maybe not the entire year, you've got some guys that are still making their way back, but if they stay healthy and these guys like Aleem come back, by the time this regular season is over, I think they will be hitting their stride, whereas last year was the complete opposite. And we were so fixated on having the number 1 seed and being 15-2 that all of us kind of just ignored the fact that we were limping in to that first or the second round matchup, that first home game for us being the 1 seed. So I think that Lions fans are going to be very, very excited at what they see on the defensive side of the ball. Where my concerns lie are with the offense. And they shouldn't be. I know you guys are going to jump on me. I just said during the watch party, we got a top 5 quarterback, a top 5 running back, top 5 tight end, top 5 tackle, top 5 wide receiver, top 5 punter too.
Yeah.
But you have a new offensive coordinator.
You think JG's top 5?
Who?
Jared Goff. You think he's
Yes,
top
I do.
5?
After the last 3 years, his statistics absolutely put him in the top 5. Now, he's not mobile, and you can make an argument where you can put him down at 7. But statistically, he's been in the top
Just his face,
5.
bro.
He's been. We're not getting into the fucking golf debate today. It's not
No,
what
I'm
it's
not.
about.
I'm not. You just
That's
put a lot
not what
of
we're getting
caveats
into.
there.
The fact is that we arguably have 9 players, 10 players that are premier top 5 players at their position, and 6 of those happen to be on the offense. But with a Johnny Morton, and you have some new scheming, you've got 2 new guys on your offensive line. You might not have Graham Glasgow for week 1.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that this offense comes out sluggish in that first quarter, puts it together in the second quarter, and then they're playing Lions comeback football in the second half and probably win. But the chance of them dumping that game in Green Bay week 1, I think that it's better than Lions fans are willing to admit. And I think that an opening week loss in Green Bay is not a bad thing at all.
No.
You're coming back here to face the Chicago Catfish.
Shout out to Bears fans in the chat.
No doubt. And I think that if the Lions were to lose that game 1, it might be one of the best things that this team could go through in terms of early adversity.
Yeah, and shout out to Kenny Powers in the chat, $10. We're going to get to you in just a second, Barrow. We ain't forgot about you. But, yes, it's feasible. I can agree with you on that. Like, there is a chance that the Green Bay Packers can win this game. I don't think it's totally out the realm of possibility, but if we were to lose, yes, it's not the end of the world by any stretch of the imagination. This Lions team will be fine. And, could there be a slow start offensively? Sure there can, because once you get an actual game flow, it's a lot different than joint practices. It's a lot different than training camp. But I don't think this Lions offense is going to take long at all, man. All of the pieces are still there. I do understand new OC, new scheme, and whatever, but I don't think it's drastically different from what Ben Johnson was doing here. Yes, there will be some differences, maybe in terms of just how it looks, but they're still going to run the football. That is the heart and soul of this Lions team. They're going to run the football down your throat, and they're going to open up the play action for one of the best play action quarterbacks in the whole entire league. And you have a plethora of weapons. We talked about Tesla. You can work them in there, but you still got 2-3 great receivers, in J-Mo, in the Sun Guy, and in Tim Patrick, and Sam Laporta. We always forget to bring up Sammy Lapotz, man. Like, this offense is going to be fine. I think the offensive line is more of the question, but if they can settle in quick, I have no problem. Goff is going to go out there. He's going to tear teams apart.
Yeah, and that unit's only been together in practices. Obviously, they had practices with the Dolphins and the Texans and stuff. So, did we project injuries?
No, I don't think I did.
Jay Hart, what the fuck are you talking about?
He's
all mad that we're projecting too many injuries.
No,
we haven't
definitely
talked about
not.
anything. We've been talking about getting healthy.
Yeah.
The fact is there are some injuries. We've lost Ennis Rakestrong. We've lost Levi for the year. We just had a Graham Glasgow injury. We don't know the extent of it. Sounds like he'll be there for
I
week
think he'll
1.
be fine.
But in terms of projecting them, no. We did have a stat up or a poll up earlier, and it was Tesla versus Tim Patrick as a number 3. You won't like the results.
Yeah.
Fortunately, Justin took it down already, so we don't have to discuss it. But yeah, the fans
I already know.
2% Isaac Tesla, 27% Tim Patrick.
You don't need Miss Cleo to predict that was going to be the fucking poll.
Give me a quarter. I love
I've called him the new hotness, bro. He is the new hotness. He's the new shit on the block. He broke out the worm today looking like Scotty Too Hotty. Shout out to him, man. No, the kid is unbelievable, bro. And I want him to be involved in this offense. Like, it doesn't, to me, like I said, that wide receiver 3 spot, we keep making shit of it. It's not going to matter because Tim Patrick's going to be out there. Tesla's going to be out there. They might both be out there at the same time. Like, I'm not worried about it at all. But I do want to get to this super chat really quick. Shout out to Kenny Powers, $10 in the super chat. We absolutely appreciate that. I asked this on the Heavyweight Show. History tells us that if a coach and QB doesn't win the Super Bowl in the first 5 seasons together, then it doesn't happen. Would you consider this a kitchen sink year for the Lions? I don't think that's a bad question at all, man. I don't.
I mean, this team, they've been built the right way. They talked about the Pittsburgh Steelers in the 70s. Obviously, it wasn't the free agency area, but they did everything through the draft. We've seen the best teams like the New England Patriots draft well, and then kind of steal some players from others, and that's what the Lions have done. They don't go out and they don't do what the Bears did and trying to assemble this all-star team with people from all different teams that they don't know how they're going to fit. Culture is number 1 here for the Detroit Lions, and when you draft guys in that image, you develop them in that image, and then you keep them in that image, you have what you see now with the Detroit Lions, which is a top to bottom squad, a top 5 squad, not only in talent, but also in execution and, of course, in coaching as well. And I think that that's something that we don't talk about enough. Obviously, we lost both of our assistants, but it starts and stops with Dan Campbell. And I think that that man's been disrespected enough, not only being passed over as head coach of the year after a 15-2 season, 3 years removed from complete futility, 2 years away from, not being in the playoffs, a guy that took, a team to the playoffs and to the NFC Championship the first time that they get there. Dan Campbell is the ultimate wild card for this team. And it's not a wild card because we know what we're getting.
No, absolutely. I agree with everything that you said, man. This Lions team is built. They are ready for anything. And at this point, we should hold them to that standard. That's why I don't freak out about certain things, game to game with this team. That's why we all know that the ultimate goal is Super Bowl or bust at this point in the Lions trajectory. And, even though they went out and got a franchise record and 15 wins, what we're going to remember is that they didn't get it done against Washington in that playoff series. So I think the question is definitely valid at this point because I originally said when they first signed Jared Goff that is the window. That is how long that you have to really go out there and get this done, the length of Jared Goff's contract. Brad Holmes is such a good drafter, though. Your window can easily be expanded.
I don't believe in a window.
No, and fair enough, because like I said, when you have somebody like a Brad Holmes that is just so damn good at drafting talent, bro, like that can push your window into the stratosphere as long as he's here. However, you only get so many shots when you're this good. Teams like this don't come along every day. And, I've talked to Neil on the side about it after shows and stuff like that. And it does get to some fans. Like, what if they don't get this done? How long is this window really? We thought we had everything cooking last year. And then what happens in week 6? Hutch goes down. Nobody ever expected Hutch to go down. But these type of things can happen over the course of a season. What if that were Jared Goff the next year? And not trying to project injuries. Don't want to scare anybody out there. But these are things that you can't predict, that you can't necessarily, account for. So it would behoove the Lions while they're in this position, while all of your talent is young, really, really good, bordering towards elite, a lot of them starting to hit their prime. It would benefit you to get it done sooner rather than later, because we all said it. After this year, the decisions get tougher for Brad at this point. Like, there's a lot of people that are going to, peace out from this team that we may not want to peace out from this team. But that's just what life in the NFL, man. You got to keep the train rolling. And I would like them to do it with the guys that we have right now, because I know that we are an elite team right now.
Yeah, and they're going to continue to draft guys like Tyleek Williams and Isaac Tesla that'll make you scratch your head at first, and then you'll watch it come to fruition, Dan and Brad style. Now, to address Ahmed Hassanein, reports came out earlier this week that he would be done for the season after having surgery. Now, on Thursday, they have put surgery off, opening up the possibility for a return for him at some point this season.
Yeah,
he will
and
definitely enter the regular season on IR, though.
I think they love what they saw from this kid.
Oh, I love it too, man.
In training camp,
what we saw and what we heard from him.
Yeah, no, in training camp, he was an absolute dog. He was out there making plays, showing off in front of the coaches. I know that they like stuff like that, but when you put him in a game situation in the preseason, he was able to go out there and make some plays, be disruptive. I think he's really good at setting the edge. As far as getting home, maybe that's something that he needs to work on, but I think he has it all there to at least be a rush in that can be pretty good in the run game and that can maybe give you some upside in terms of rushing the passer. So it makes sense, man. If there's a chance you can get him back at some point this year, then keep that spot for him. Hopefully he can work his way back in, because you just really like the attitude on this kid. He has a motor that mirrors that of Aiden Hutchinson. Not calling him Hutch, but he has the same type of motor.
You want to see me piss off the chat?
Oh, shit. Go ahead.
I'll bet you $5 Green Bay wins week 1.
What is wrong with you, bro?
You mad?
All right. So why do you feel that way?
$5.
No, but yeah, you can make the bet. But
are you accepting it?
Oh, against me?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
$5. Green Bay wins week 1.
Double or nothing.
You have to bet once for double or nothing.
I will take your bet, but let's raise the stakes to $10.
I don't want to take $10 from you.
No.
Listen.
I'm offering my $10
on this
to you.
bet. Either way, I win, because I want the Lions to blow their doors off.
That's fine.
And if they lose, I get $5.
Anson, $10. What's up?
SOL Anson
$10
at it again, bro.
SOL Anson had to show up at some point in the postgame.
I hear you.
Why do you think they're gonna win? Come on,
Yo,
Anson,
give
bro.
me the reasons.
Give us the reason.
Give us the
I just
football
gave you all the
reasons.
fucking reasons. I told you in depth why I think that the Lions will be playing from behind in the second half, which they can certainly, as they've shown us year after year, the Cardiac Kids can come back and beat any fucking team that they're down to, except for the Commanders in the playoffs at home. But when I see that game, I think that they slow start with the offense. I think that the defense, we hang our hats on the defensive play in that game, and that's what keeps it close and gives Jared Goff an opportunity to go and win that game in the fourth quarter. And he probably does. But I got to make it fucking interesting.
Yeah, right.
I got to make it interesting, bro.
You don't even believe it.
He don't.
That's why
Deep
it's
down,
hard.
he believe it.
No,
I believe it.
No,
That
you
shit.
don't believe it.
$5 is how serious my belief is.
All right, you want to keep it to 5? We can keep it to 5.
Yeah, 5, baby.
All right, bet.
Oh, we'll shake.
Gentlemen, shake. Some wax. It is
$5 on the line, ladies and
wax.
gentlemen.
I wanted to take 10 from him, but he was too scared. It's fine. He ain't believing it for real.
Oh, Dynasty Lions says $5 isn't interesting. Well, send me $10 and I'll add it, and we'll make it $15.
$5 extra.
Hit me with the super chat right now. Listen, Dynasty Lions, you want to run your mouth? $5 isn't interesting. $5 fucking super chat right now, and I'll make it 10.
Hey, shout
Where
out.
you at?
Shout out.
Where you at? 60 seconds. Let's see your $5.
Oh my
Let's make
God.
it interesting.
Y'all don't
$5
egg
isn't
Anson on,
interesting.
man. He'll be
Where you
wrong.
at? Where you at? 45 seconds left. Put your credit card in. SOL Anson. Make it interesting.
It's gonna be a fun season,
Where's it
y'all.
at?
I cannot wait.
on.
I can't wait for Anson's crash
30
out. And I'm
seconds.
just gonna be sitting
KG,
over
you
here.
got
letting
30
this shit
seconds.
off.
KG,
I
you
cannot
about
wait.
to gorilla him all year. Bro.
I swear, bro, it's gonna be fun as hell, bro. I can't.
Oh, zip it, Skippy. You ain't fucking interesting, bro. Put your money where your fucking mouth is, or where your armchair
Hey.
activist fingers are at. We all love all you guys.
No,
but-
absolutely. And shout out to Kenny Powers, $2 super chat.
Now, see, Kenny, you made it interesting. Let's make it 7.
7.
In honor of Kenny
wax.
Powers, $2. $7.
$7 on the
$7
line.
says Green
Hey,
Bay wins week 1.
I got you. No, the Lions finna whoop that ass. But anyway,
hope you're right,
shout
dog.
out Kenny Powers.
I will happily give you that $7.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Shout out Kenny Powers, eastbound and down in the chat. With our schedule, he's asked some great questions, by the way. With our schedule, how important is a 2-0 start? You want to take this one first?
Listen, I think a 2-0 start is paramount. You're in the toughest division in the NFL.
We just said that if the Lions lose week 1, it's not important.
Well, you got to let me finish answering, KG, because that is the deal. This is a revenge squad. I don't think in my lifetime, aside from maybe the Bad Boys, have I ever seen a team so interested in delivering serious revenge.
Yeah, well,
and we watched
the
it in
Wolverines,
Dallas
but-
last year. We're going to watch it against the Commies this year again. And I think that if the Lions were to go out and lose week 1, I wouldn't want to be the Bears in week 2.
No, true. I definitely believe that. But if the Lions were to start 0-2 to the likes of Green Bay and the Chicago Bears, and you're 0-2 in the division, we know this fan base would jump off the fucking.
Why do you guys want me
They would
to
jump
bet
off the
more
nearest
money on the
GM
Green
building.
Bay? They just want to watch me lose money.
Yeah, they do.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Because you're
No
being
love.
a wiener.
No love.
No,
Hey.
you're being a wiener.
You're being a wiener over there.
Nah,
have another
Anson is being-
Sun Cruiser.
I will.
he's
I
not
know you
being-
will.
He's not being a wiener. He's being a
wiener.
lukewarm wiener. It's
No,
okay,
he's
man.
being-
It's
he's
all right.
being a
I'm gonna take his money.
No,
Don't worry
we can
about it.
sit here and fucking analyze everything, and we can have some fucking fun.
No,
All right?
absolutely. Hey, I love it, man. I'm gonna take your $7.
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
have
go
all
right
my
over the
fun.
roast over there and buy the finest of iced coffees.
You get that with the discount, it'll fit. In
No,
$7.
exactly. I'll still have money left over. I might get a Mexican Coke too while I'm at it. But nah, man, this Lions team, if they
Come
were
on,
to
talk
come
your
out
ish,
and
KG.
start 0-2,
Belt to ass.
Ooh, Jesse
Dog,
Woodward.
it is gonna be
He's
dope
got
bad.
$20. The Lions go 1-1. You taking that bet?
No. Get it.
nah,
You taking that bet, Wiener?
This guy's not going to pay up. I'm going to win, and this dude's not going to pay up.
You know
It's
the
how it
chat
always
not paying
goes.
up,
It's
right.
how it always goes. No, I'm not.
C. Mason Leach.
I'm
Yeah,
not-
you know
Well,
the chat
you know
not
who
paying up.
Mason Leach is. We figured out who his name is.
Yeah, man.
I
I
know
mean,
who you are, Mason.
I think the Lions. I think they'll avoid a 0-2
You taking
start.
the $20 bet or what?
No, I'm putting my money on the
He's not
sportsbook,
taking that, bro.
No, I'm putting my. Dude, I get paid on Friday before this game that the paycheck might be absolutely unloaded on that game. We are not losing to the Packers in week 1. There's no chance. We are so
they're
much
favored.
better
I'm with
than
you,
them.
Justin.
I know
Spread,
they are.
1.5?
Exactly.
I'm with you, Justin.
1.5?
No, straight money line.
Oh, I thought you
Lions
said they
are
were
winning.
favored. No, because with a 1.5, like I could see the Lions winning by 1 point in that game. You know what I'm saying? If you
They're
get
the
that,
underdogs, though. Why would I not just take them at plus money?
I'm trying to tell you.
There you go.
Dude,
Hey, we
there's
finna
not
cut
a lot
up.
of times that they allow you to get plus money on the Detroit Lions in a great spot.
This might be the only time this year
Yes,
that you
literally.
get it. Like, for real, man. Maybe when you go against the Ravens, you'll get it. But besides that, like, it's a clean runway for him. But
No, I'm
so
blowing
neither
the
one of
red
you-
money. I'm
Neither
blowing
one of you
all-
guys want to take his $20. You guys are super confident we're going to be 2-0, but you're trying to bet me up. You're calling me a wiener, and now there's a $20 bet on the fucking table that says they'll go 1-1, and neither one of you guys
Yeah,
wants to
but I
back
don't
it
even
up.
know who this guy is.
Well, then you
Like,
won't have to pay out if you lose.
No, I'm after Vegas, man. Vegas
Right.
is who I want my money from.
Okay, all right. Steve-O has the idea. You're calling me a wiener. If they
Lukewarm
win,
wiener.
you're wearing a cheesehead hat
No,
on Monday.
no.
Oh, the confidence goes out the door all of a sudden.
Man,
KG.
we don't even
I
have-
thought he was so confident.
Where the fuck
He's
is
going
you-
to put his whole paycheck on it, but he's
I
unwilling
am.
to wear a cheese hat on Monday.
Where the fuck is you
Why
even
would
getting
I
a
do that
cheese head
when
in
I'm
Michigan?
about to put my entire paycheck on it? Why would I do that? When I'm about to
See,
put my whole
Jesse
paycheck on it?
Woodward just dropped it $10. 1-1. He's got the money. He just put in a $10 super chat. He says 1-1. Where's your money?
Jesse,
Where's your
who we
mouth?
losing to?
Put him, back him up.
Unless he's giving me, well, it's plus odds in the sportsbook. I can bet the same exact thing
Right.
and get plus 200 on it and put 2-1 money. So if he
Yeah,
wants
but
to
nobody
put
will know about that except for you and your wallet.
Yeah, no, 'cause I
this
posted-
is for the
I
world.
posted on social media for the world.
No,
to
this
see.
is for the world
No,
right now.
There's no difference. It's the same damn audience.
Hey, hit him with a poll. 2-0 or 1-1?
Oh my God.
You already know that's going to be deep on the 2-0.
Man, you know that.
I'm not even going to put the poll up. There's no point. Everyone's going to say 2-0.
I see 1-1 in here.
No, Jesse Woodward and anybody else that feels 1-1, drop who you think the Lions are losing to, because I want to see who you think they're going to lose to.
Chosen 2 ISIS. Lions are 0-3 to start the season.
Dude, all right, that's just a Bears fan. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, that might be a Bears fan for
Chicago
sure.
Catfish in the building. Steve-O.
Go look up.
I like that one.
I don't think it's a chance in hell they lose to the Bears. Like, if they lose to the Packers, fine, whatever. There's not a chance in hell we lose to the Bears.
So if they beat the Packers and lose to the Bears, how are you guys feeling?
It's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen, but
Sorry.
I would feel great
The
regardless.
Bears played us tough last year. I hate the Bears more than anybody. All right, Wiener, calm down over there. Listen, I told you guys from day one that Caleb was the worst of the top 5, top 6 quarterbacks.
Hey, shout out Chosen 2 Eyes. I see you with the bear down. We whooping that ass in week 2, man. Dead man walking for the Chicago Bears coming into Ford Field. What are we talking about?
Yeah, Steve-O, Anson, they made Sam Flannel wear Jamison Williams jersey even though they lost to the Commanders. Hey, man, there's a bet here. There's a cheesehead bet here.
Where did you even go get a cheesehead from?
I'm not buying one.
Bro, I'm not spending my money on one.
That's a good point. Steve-O, you got a.
If they want to send me a
where you gonna get a cheesehead in Michigan?
I will wear the cheesehead if we lose, but we're not.
Actually,
losing.
you know what? I have a buddy that has one. He's from Wisconsin. Shout out,
Dude,
Nicky.
why are you trying to set this up so bad, dude? Like, you're a Lions fan.
Because
Like,
we're putting some
SOLS. He's switching up now that the regular season about to come. He's trying to get into regular season mode now.
We're putting intrigue into the first fucking week. And honestly, if everybody knows what's on the line right now, they will be tuning in to either watch Justin get paid or Justin wear a cheesehead.
I'm getting paid regardless. I don't give a shit about any of these people in chat. I'm getting my money regardless from fucking sports.
Man, could you imagine if he's wearing a cheesehead and he lost his entire check?
He's not going to lose his entire check because the Lions ain't losing, goddammit.
All right.
What is wrong with you, man?
Hey, I'm not saying that they're losing, but I would not be surprised if they lost that game. And again, I don't think it would be the end of the world. In fact, I think it could be a thing that really pisses them off. And this team, again, is a revenge-based team. And when they are pissed, they're unstoppable, man.
Yeah, but I just really feel like the advantages are Lions going into this game against the Packers. I'm not even looking at the Bears game. Shout out Chosen 2 Eyes. We'll be here. So win or lose, hey, come on back. We'll be here regardless. But there's not a chance in hell they lose to Caleb and Ben Johnson in an electric Ford Field.
Oh, my God.
What? Are you serious?
With Ben Johnson coming into Ford Field, there's so much on. I mean, it's basically like Stafford coming back.
Oh, exactly, but it's going to be worse. Like I told Justin, you thought Stafford and his children got booed mercilessly? Oh, my God. Wait till Ben Johnson
leave your family at home.
Yeah, no, for real. Because this one ain't going to be for the faint of heart, bro. He is going to get torn to shreds by this crowd. Ford Field's going to be electric whether they lost week 1 or not. It's going to be bad for the Bears. But
hey,
I just really not seeing that Packers game.
Wilson, I didn't fucking name myself the Detroit Heckler. I was given that name by Kurt Thomas, by Newsday, by the New York Times,
check your
and
sources.
Originally from the Cleveland Plain Dealer. That lore grew on its own because of what I brought, and that was 2 fucking points every damn night. But yeah, I can be scary.
Check his stat sheet.
Especially Pistons answer.
He averages 2 points a night. Check his stat sheet.
Man, I'm telling you, dude. Everybody in the section, they're like, my dad would show up without me, like, where's your son? We need those 2 points tonight. We need those 2 points.
Shout out, man.
I got to say, man, like the Green Bay game is exciting because we don't hate anybody in the NFC North like we hate the Green Bay Packers.
No, absolutely.
And we've had their number for 2 straight seasons. But remember, guys, like as badly as we wanted to beat Aaron Rodgers and send him packing with a loss to the Lions, which we did, these Packers have our Lions on their bulletin board for 2 years now.
And that's fine. We're 7-1.
Week 1 is kind of their Super Bowl. They believe that they are the class of the NFC North. They believe that we took it from them the same way that Shaq thinks that we stole the 04 championship. The fact is we outworked them. and we beat them these last 2 years. But they have an opportunity to change the narrative, and they are going to be taking out every stop in order to get a W in that game. And it's a game to me that, like, I wouldn't be putting my money on it. In fact, I'll be putting my money on the Packers, just like I bet on the Wolverines when they play the Spartans, because either way I fucking win. If my team loses, at least I got lunch paid for. You know what I'm saying? As long as there's a discount, though, because $7 isn't a lot.
Check your laptop, KG.
You said what?
Check your laptop because you can see that Anson wearing that cheese head.
There it is.
Look at this
There it
guy
is.
wearing the cheese
There it
head.
is.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
except for I have the balls to do one. Your wiener ass is too chicken shit to take the bet.
Boo this
You've been running your mouth since the pregame show, the watch party, and this postgame show. He's so confident that he's going to put his whole paycheck on it, but yet you won't take a bet to wear a cheese hat.
He is no longer 7 Mile Anson. It is now Cheesehead Anson.
That's some weak. That is some weak, coward shit right there out of you, bud.
You weren't even listening to me because I literally said 5 minutes ago I'd wear it if someone got it for me, but I'm not buying that.
I
shit.
told you I have one.
All right,
I told you I have one. Take the bet.
I will.
You taking the bet with
Yeah,
him?
I'm taking the bet.
So wax.
Now see, there we
It's
go.
so wax.
Now he went from
No,
he
if
went
you
from
take
coward
it,
to
you take
champion.
it. Justin, you
just
taking
like
it for
that.
real? You taking it for real?
Yeah. If I don't have to buy the cheese head, I will wear the cheese head on the postgame show if we lose. But it's not gonna matter. I'm gonna be up to. I'm gonna win my entire check. I'm gonna double that shit. And
I
I'm
hope
gonna
you do.
Yeah.
I do hope
And
you do.
Look at you.
Why are you trying to bet
Look at
this
you with
kid's
the
whole
cheese
check?
head,
I'm
bro.
not, I don't want him to bet his
Dumbass.
check. I wouldn't have him bet the check by any means.
No,
you know what I'm saying? Like, A, I like the kid. I don't want him to lose his
Betting
money.
the check is
And
the only
B,
option.
If anybody can afford it, it's Justin. But let's be real here.
Right,
But
relax.
I'm
Put
just
the
saying,
cheese head
man.
on you.
Zero
Relax.
comment. Zero comment.
They
on
not
that.
losing, Anson. I just really feel like. And then if you want to talk about
Not
advantages,
a real Fanson. I like that one.
Then if you want to talk about advantages, how about we talk about the coaching advantage in this game? Because every time Matt LaFleur sees Dan Campbell, he goes and pisses himself in the corner. Like, let's just be real about it. He has punked this man on live television I don't know how many times. I really think that, yes, the Packers, they're going to be fired up. They want this win. We've dominated Lambeau for the last 2.5 years now. However,
It's a scary setting.
your
It's a scary
arms
setting
are
to come
too
in.
short to box with the Detroit Lions, goddammit. This defense is going to wreak havoc on this
They got a
Packers offense.
pretty good defense in Green Bay.
Yes, I'm aware of that, but we have a damn good offensive line too. So, and are you saying Jared Goff's not going to have a good game? Should I tell Stick? Should I call Stick right now? Are you?
I already know
call
what
Stick.
Stick has already gone on record saying that he wouldn't be surprised if they lost that game.
But okay, so if the Packers defense dominates, that means somebody had a bad day. Do you think it's Jared Goff? It's got to be a reason.
No,
You said the Packers defense
I
is going to
think
be
they
the
will-
reason they win. Do you think it's going to be because Jared Goff doesn't have a good game? What do you think the deficiency is there?
First and foremost, calm down and take the fucking cheese off my head. All right? The fact is, I told you guys that they
Calm
could
down.
absolutely go in and possibly lose that game.
No, for sure. Dog, this cheese on his head is hilarious. I'm sorry. Justin with the On the Fly production, shout out. But I get that, man. I just really there's got to be a reason that you feel like the Packers just have this great advantage defensively against the Lions.
What are you guys fucking generating in your brain? You guys are hearing shit that wasn't spoken, all right? You said, oh, you think Jared Goff didn't have a bad game? No. I told you, in the first quarter, first half, I would not be surprised to see this young offensive line with new members struggle. Okay? Which leads to pressure, which leads to Jared Goff
Having
maybe
a
throwing a
bad
pick early on. No, hold on. Did I not fucking tell you in the second half that I see Jared Goff leading a comeback and having an opportunity to win that game?
All right, so you think they lose in the blaze of glory then? Is that what you're saying?
No, I think that neither one of you guys have fucking drank enough water to fucking hear correctly today. All right? I'm telling you guys what a lot of people think. Clearly, it's a straight up bet. But yet this guy wants to bet his whole check but won't bet anybody in here.
I already did.
Okay,
bro.
now you did after I
did.
had to coax you into
You
it.
did the same
The
thing.
the fact is,
I already accepted it 20 minutes before
I'm-
you brought it up again.
no, you didn't.
Yep,
You
go
just
check the
accepted it a
VOD.
couple minutes ago.
Go check the VOD.
I'm running the show, bud. Relax. Jesus.
All right, reel
Shout
it
out
in,
to
y'all.
Sun fucking Cruiser.
Right,
Jesus
reel it
Christ.
in, y'all. All right. All right, but fine. All right, the Lions lose in week 1 according to Anson. We gonna be monitored to this. We gonna watch this.
Didn't say that they were going to lose. All that I said was
You didn't say the Lions were gonna lose?
no.
Week 1?
At no point did I, dude. Reel it fucking back. Jesus Christ, you guys, man.
No.
You just said
Y'all
that the
some fucking
Packers were gonna
lightweights.
beat the Lions.
You literally said that.
You literally just said the Packers were gonna beat the Lions.
No,
week 1.
I did not. I said that if I could see them losing a game early, it would be in Green Bay. For all the reasons I mentioned, I think that game will be close, and that the Lions could be in a position where they are playing from behind to have to win in the second half.
But they're not going to win.
I never said that.
Okay, so you do feel they're gonna win.
Ah, Jesus, dude. All right. I'm about to end this show early because you guys want to play this fucking game, and it's because you guys are half deep into that box over there.
I mean, chat loves it. So
I'm sure that they do, and that's why I
Content.
fucking did this.
Content.
That's why I did this, because the shit was boring. But if you guys are going to continue to put words in my mouth and you can't fucking listen, then I'll do the same shit to you guys all season long. The fact of the matter is this game is not a fucking slam dunk in Green Bay after we've pissed them the fuck off, and they're a damn good team. They're a damn good team.
So
they match up well with us. We didn't blow the doors off of them for the last 2 years by any means.
I mean, we've handled them pretty well, I would say.
All right.
Pretty well.
I mean, we haven't lost to them in two years.
Yeah, that's quite a long time.
Not one drink in months, suspenseful habits.
Hey, man. Well, I think the Lions are going to get this dub. So you're calling the Lions win. All right. You're calling the Lions win in week 1. Just to clarify for everybody that may have thought you said the Packers were going to win and you wanted us to bet
all right.
on it.
You need it.
Did we not have a bet?
Do you need it? The Packers are going to fucking win. How about that? Are you good now? Are you happy now?
That's what I
Okay,
needed,
there you
Anson.
fucking
Yes.
go.
Let's
There you
just
go.
be
Can you
truthful.
calm down now?
We had a
Can
$7
you all fucking
bet.
Calm down.
We had
with
a
your
$7 bet.
semantics? Jesus Christ, man.
Shout out to everybody in the chat, man.
Unbelievable.
Tapped in with us, man. Go ahead and drop. What do y'all think the predictions is for week 1? Go ahead and drop it in the chat. We appreciate all 382 of you hanging around with the boys, man. Lions post game. It's going to be a fun year, man. I love getting on Anson nerves like this.
It is going to be. And the fact,
it's going to be fun.
The fact is you guys literally 2 years ago lost your brains after they lost week 2 to Seattle. I mean, the meltdown in this studio when I told everybody that I would not be surprised if they went on the road and lost to Seattle, and they all acted like you two are acting like right now. Oh, you said they're going to lose, and I said no. I would not be surprised if they lose in Seattle. Guess what happened, guys? And then after we lost to San Francisco, and you guys said we're not SOL, I said, well, what if we lose in the first round of the playoffs next year? Well, we'd be SOL, but that won't fucking happen. And it happened, and no one is willing to talk about that team being
they lost
SOL.
in the second round, but
no one.
Technically, they lost in the second round.
Their first fucking round. Semantic fucking worry over there, dude.
I'm just
you guys
messing,
are
man.
annoying as
I'm
shit
just
this
messing,
show,
man. But that situation was a little different.
We're just excited for the season.
I
Yeah,
get
that's
it,
all,
I
man.
get
It
it. You're
just-
excited about
Talking about
semantics.
bullshit,
I get
bro.
you're excited about semantics, but you guys want to puff your chest out and say you're uber confident.
We're an elite
but then
team.
You
Why
guys
can't I?
didn't. Then you backed away from your confidence, and it took me pushing on you and you putting a cheesehead on my head to take the cheesehead bet. So
No, I
as
said
much
it
as you
before,
guys
you
say
weren't
that you
listening.
guys are uber confident, I don't feel your confidence. I hear your words.
I bet you
hear
$7
fucking
that the
chirping.
Lions will win, and you took it.
We did do that.
So-
I bet you.
That's fine. Okay.
I bet you.
Semantics, man.
All right.
Sure. All right. Yeah, the semantics the
Now,
other way
that's
now.
a semantic that
Yeah,
that
you're
matters.
right. But either way, the Lions getting that dub week 1, man. I do not see a lane for them to lose. I don't care if it's in Lambeau. We own Lambeau. Like I just really don't, man.
But bro, you know what? That's like Wolverines fans saying they own Ohio State because of 4 years versus the 20 before that. We've owned Green Bay for 2 years. Otherwise, this entire century belongs to Green Bay. We don't own the Packers. We beat them 4 straight. That's not ownership. That's not ownership.
I would say it's ownership in this decade. Yes, it is. We're not
in
talking
the-
about the past. We are talking about
What
what is
do you
happening
know what the
during
record
this
is?
Lions
Do you know what
regime.
the record is this decade? It's 4-6. This decade.
That's fine. But during this Lions regime, they have dominated the Packers.
No, they haven't. During this Lions regime, they're 4-4.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Fair
so
enough.
we go back before COVID, and the Packers fucking own us. And we go into Lambeau week 1, every single person sitting in that stand, not wearing Honolulu blue, every fucking coach, every single player, even Aaron Rodgers in Pittsburgh thinks that they are better than us.
And they are not.
Well, and I hope that
You
you're
believe
right.
what you hear from
and I hope
everybody
that
else?
Listen, at the end of the year, we will win this division. We will have a better record than the Packers, all right? We are a better team than the Packers.
So why do you think we're losing?
Because we have a new fucking offensive coordinator, a new fucking defensive coordinator, Noah Liam fucking McNeil, a whole bunch of guys that were supposed to be in the lineup week 1 that aren't going to be, and we're going on the road with a new offensive line. Okay,
I understand
so that is a perfect storm for a great team to go and lose by a few points to another very damn good team. It's not craziness.
I'm not saying it's crazy. Nobody said that you were crazy for saying that. But I just feel like the advantages are swinging the Lions' way. We're not talking about the past. We're talking about recent fucking history. And recent history says that the Lions are better than the Packers in damn near every level. What level of the Packers do you think is better than the Lions? Like, we can go position group by position group if you want to do that. Quarterback?
Honestly, their defense is probably better than ours right now.
I don't believe that.
Without Ali McNeil, without the depth, some of the guys that we've lost, their defense is top notch. All right, they have a tremendous amount of weapons. They've got a workhorse back that if they get up, they can just run Josh Jacobs all second half. Now,
Against this rush D?
what you mean the rookie?
You mean the best
rookie
rush
in the-
defense the past 2 years?
You mean the rookie in the middle of the line with a still trying to get healthy DJ Reader, Noah Lee McNeil. We saw what this team was towards the end of last season when they were banged up. They weren't stopping the run.
Understandable, but so the Lions are still viewed as Super Bowl contenders, even with all of the losses that they currently have. A lot of people still have this team ranked as they damn well should. Some people think the Packers are better. I think that's nonsense when you really break it down, but this Lions team is going to be fine even without the things that they're missing. So that's why I'm just not ready
to be
to
fine.
throw the baby out
They're
with the bathwater just yet.
double-digit win team. I think they win the
The
division.
Lions are the standard in the division. Like
They
the
are
Packers are
they
chasing
currently.
us. Let's not fuck
and
it up.
That's
here.
the thing
The
is
Packers
the
are
target
chasing
is
us.
on our back. We're not fully healthy. We're going to their fucking gym, and we are their bulletin board material for 2 years now.
And that's cool. They are our bulletin board material for 60 fucking years.
Exactly, and it
like,
took a
what,
long
what
enough
are we
to
talking
beat 'em.
about?
Took a long time
And
to
if
beat
you
'em.
want to play the you gonna out tough me game, the Packers have lost every fucking opportunity that they've had. You can't out tough the Lions. Like, I don't care about, y'all fired up to see us. That's fine. I hope you are, because we coming to kick your ass like we have been.
Oh, yeah.
We took over Lambeau Field the last time I checked. And listen, I'm beating my chest. That's fine. I believe in what this team is. I hold the Lions to a different standard. This was the #1 team in the NFC last year. It ain't much change since last year. In fact, I'd say we've gotten better in some areas, especially defensively. And with everybody healthy coming back, they going to make it hard on Jordan Love and this offense all fucking day long, man. I just really feel that way. But you have a right to feel the way you feel, Ansel.
I hope so.
And the Lions are 6-2 against the Packers in the Campbell era, by the way.
Thank you, bud.
Yeah, we'll have to double check that. You're taking some guy in the chat's word for it. We will have
Well, it's
to look
easy,
into
so
that.
I do.
Easy's been fact-checked many fucking times, guys.
right, well,
Listen,
I'll do
Blimpy
myself.
here, 2 weeks to heal. That's a big deal. But honestly, the guy that I'm worried most about not having in defense is Aleem McNeil.
Yeah.
Not having
Understandable.
Aleem could be a real problem.
But I'm telling you, this kid Tyleek, he ain't nothing to sneeze at, bro. Like, the Lions have absolutely raved about this kid. They've loved what they've seen from him. And once again, I'll say it, his job is not going to be hard, especially as a first-year starter at defensive tackle next to DJ Reader. His main job is stopping the run, being absolutely stout in the run game, plugging gaps, making sure that you are wrapping up running backs when they come through the middle. Besides that, whatever he can provide on a pass rushing end is a bonus, but we're only really going to need him for for running the football. And the Lions, I think with, his size and what DJ Reader brings and what we have on our ends, once again, Hutchie is back. That's a great equalizer. I'm not worried about the run game. I'm not worried about any running back penetrating this Lions defense. I'm not. Not to the degree of, more than 70 yards a game. Like, seriously.
I guess I don't like the fact that we didn't see any of the starters in the preseason. Obviously, we're healthy, which is nice. But you just have to kind of wonder, are they going to come out? Because last year, man, there was some certain rust.
Yeah.
We almost lost week 1. It took a last-minute score to win at home. And then we go and we lost week 2.
Yeah.
When everybody said it was, we're going to fucking absolutely smash Tampa Bay. Do you remember how Lions fans were after that Tampa Bay loss?
No, I absolutely do. Everybody was sick, and Dan Campbell told you, hey, it's going to take 6 weeks for this offense to get together. And by week 6, they was ready to go, and they were the number 1 offense in the league. So I get what you're saying there. I absolutely do. I don't know, man. I just feel like this time around, it won't be as much of an adjustment period. I do get the fact that you have a new play caller, but he is also somebody that has called plays in this league before. It's not totally out of the realm of possibility for them to get off to a quick start. He was here for the install of the offense. So, yes, it might take a minute. I don't make too much of them not, playing in the preseason because they don't value that. Rod Wood was on the flagship. He even alluded to the fact that they value the joint practice more than playing starters in the preseason. And I would much rather prefer that as well because there's a less chance of injury. So, yes, it might be a slow start, but I think this Lions offense will get to clicking because everything is there. Everything is familiar. These are all the same pieces. Yes, new scheming, but most of the plays and the way plays are structured will be the same.
6-4 against the Packers this decade, 12-8 against, or 8-12 against the Packers the decade before, and then it was the odd years where the Packers absolutely fucking owned us to the tune of 17-3. So obviously things getting much closer here, but if you don't think the Lions have an absolute target on their back, they have some question marks going into week 1 in terms of continuity. New offensive scheme, new offensive coach, new defensive coach, new offensive line. There's some question marks.
All right.
And that's a damn good team in Green Bay. Listen, I'll put it out there for the broadcast. Packers are winning. You guys are all happy now. Now, if I had to bet my life on it, I would bet on the Lions. I'll bet you $7 though on Green Bay. Mm-hmm. Now, all of you guys, get Anson off the podcast. He's a fucking Packers fan. Homie, you couldn't carry my fanship in a fucking suitcase.
All right.
All right? I'll tell you that right now.
all right.
So all I'm saying is that this game, the people that are out there saying that take the Lions by 10, you're missing it. You're not looking at what this rivalry is and always has been, and you're not looking at some of the issues that the Lions factually have that honestly could be put to rest in the first half. We could see Tate Ratledge and this offensive line come up and absolutely road grade. And we're running the ball the entire second half, and we do win by 17 points. But if you think that the offensive line isn't a question mark, and if you think that how this team is going to be coached offensively and defensively with their new coordinators, you just don't know football. We have to wait and see what this team looks like in that first half. I hope you guys are both fucking right. I hope the whole chat's right. I hope we beat them 35-10.
Yeah.
But I don't think that this will be anything other than a very close game.
Yeah, but I mean, we've been through this before. We've been through having new coordinators in-house. We've been through replacing offensive linemen. I just feel like this Lions team is prepared for anything. And I'm not trying to diminish your point because it is a valid point. Like, there is absolutely.
We know that they're ready for everything.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But, I mean, like I said, I just hold this team to a different standard at this point. And I wanted to take it this direction since you are so steadfast about that. What do you need to see from the Lions coming out of the gate early in the season? Because there is certain things that, people want to see in order to ease their fears. What would be some of those things for you? If you had 3 things that
pressure, number one.
What? Pressure?
Pressure on the quarterback.
Pressure
in the
on
backfield,
okay.
on the run game. Pressure. Is Tyleek going to provide that? Are our outside linebackers going to provide that? Obviously, Hutch is going to bring that. Mm-hmm. But is Marcus Davenport still the Marcus Davenport that we signed him a few years ago to be, that he had been in the past? Mind you, this is a guy that his career sack year was 9. And I think next best was 6 or 7 after that. So everybody
6,
think, is it 6?
It's an inside joke.
No, it's an inside joke.
Nothing it's not about you, though.
I forgot where I was. Yeah, pressure. We need pressure. Number 2, we've got to contain the pressure. That offensive line's got to be able to create holes for the running game, and they've got to keep Goff and give him plenty of time. Keep him upright, give him plenty of time, keep him relaxed out there.
Yeah.
Other than that, I'm really kind of hoping that the Lions aren't playing a desperate offensive game plan. And even when we were up in games, you saw Ben Johnson fuck around. Now, we loved it. We loved it, the hook and laterals and the throws to the offensive linemen and stuff. And I think a certain amount of that being dialed up is great because it's next to impossible to diagnose. Mm-hmm. My issue is are they going to be doing that when they're in control of a game, put themselves in a situation where they can turn the ball over? I would like to see conservative smash mouth football because this team is built for that.
Yeah, and this Lions offense has shown you that when they get ahead and they get a lead, they just run away with it. So I think to expect more of that. I think it'll be more of a question of them holding a lead as opposed to them chasing or trying to get back into a game. But it's yet to be seen. But overall, what I need to see coming out of the gate, one, I need to see how Kelvin Shepard is going to call this defense. I need to see how aggressive he's going to be because I think he's going to blitz a lot. Like if the preseason didn't show you anything, he sent a lot of blitzes.
Does that worry you?
Yeah, you said what?
Does that worry you?
Not necessarily, especially now that we're healthy. Now, if we go down some people, then I might be a little bit more concerned about the blitzing. Maybe you don't want to blitz as much, but there's still going to be a team that plays man defense primarily. So there will be times where guys are one-on-one and they just have to make a play. So I want to be able to see that. I want to see TA, the improvements he's made. I want to see what DJ Reed is going to look like in this Lions defense. But ultimately, I want to see how is Kelvin Shepard going to utilize his blitzes. Is it going to come majority from the linebackers that he trusts so much that he used to coach, for the past couple of years? Do we see some of the corner blitzes that AG used to implement and things of that nature? Do we get exotic looks like that? These are the type of things I'm looking for with Kelvin Shepard and how he's going to call this defense going forward because I think that'll tell us a lot.
So that's one for you.
Yeah, so that's one. Secondly, offensively, I need to see what it's going to look like in pass block. Run blocking, I'm not worried about because I think you have maulers up front that are going to be able to utilize their size and just be able to just outpower a lot of teams or a lot of defensive lines. But in terms of pass blocking, that's where the true test of a Christian Mahogany and a Tate Ratledge, that's where you're going to really see it because the number one goal, and everyone has said it across the board from coaches to, other teammates, if you protect Jared Goff, he is going to tear you apart. You have to keep him protected. I think everybody knows that. You spoke about, the interior pressure. No quarterback deals with interior pressure well, but particularly Jared Goff because he's not good at making plays off script or he doesn't have the wheels to really get out the pocket if he gets trapped in there. So that's what I need to see. I need to see what the pass blocking is going to look like these first few weeks, and that'll give me more confidence as to where this offensive line stands. And, third, that's tough, man. I guess I just want to see our coordinators look good. John Morton, I believe that he is more than capable of running this offense. He's called an offense with lesser parts before and been somewhat successful. I want to see what he's going to look like with all of these weapons. How does he draw it up? Not as many trick plays, like you said, but that's not an absence of big plays. There's still going to be a lot of big plays by this offense. He says he wants to attack defenses at every opportunity. I want to see that. I want to see you not afraid to air it out because say what you want about Jared Goff. He has the weapons to go out there and throw any type of pass that he wants. If he wants intermediate all day, he can do that. If he wants to hit you deep, he can do that with some of the weapons that he has. So that's what I want to see. Just have the coordinators come out. Let's get a good start to the year and ease some of these fans, maybe questions that they have about them.
I got to say, Justin, I wish you wouldn't have banned or paused or
it was
timed
only
out.
For a minute. It was only for literally a minute.
Yeah, no, well, it's 600 seconds. It's a little longer than a minute.
Oh, that one I did for 5 minutes.
Okay, so the Bears fan in there wishing for injuries to people like Aiden Hutchinson and stuff.
Yeah.
When the sign that your own team is trash?
What?
When it's all fake confidence. When you think you believe in your catfish at quarterback. You think you believe in your new head coach. You start praying for career-ending injuries to the opposition. that's when you know you don't have real belief in your own team.
Yeah, that's bad. That's pretty bad.
I wish you were here to hear that, Bears fan.
No,
but-
he's here. He just can't put anything in chat.
Oh, so you heard me then.
That
Well,
doesn't-
good.
That doesn't
Because
ban them from the
okay. So like we
podcast.
talked about before, the moment that you turn into personal insults in a debate is the moment that you've lost. The moment that you start wishing for injuries to the opposition is the moment that you've lost faith in your own team. Because I know what we're not talking about here in Detroit is I sure hope Matt Stafford's hip keeps him from playing. Fuck that. Bring Stafford
Yeah,
here.
that's pussy shit.
I want to see him here. I've never understood why anybody would wish harm on some young guy who's committed his entire life and worked his ass off to get where he is.
Yeah, that's
just
weird.
because
We're not
you
doing
know
that.
your team can't beat him otherwise.
I
We'd
think
still beat your ass without Hutch. Oh yeah, we already did that last year.
no, that's a fact. Y'all got a lot more questions over there in Chicago than we got. I'll say that, but I'm thinking you looking at a 5-win team over there, and I've been on wax saying that. I'll say it again: 4 to 5 wins for the Chicago Bears this year. And say what you will, I just think that and it's funny. This last preseason game that was just played by the Bears, the Caleb Williams and the first team offense was out there for a whole half, damn near. And, they came out and they struggled early. They were able to make it up at the end. They got in the end zone. But I just think that Ben Johnson is putting a lot on Caleb Williams to learn this offense. And if they don't have it down pat in the next couple weeks, which I think they don't, it's going to be tough once the season starts to try to get that shit down pat. I think they are looking at some trouble, man. Miscommunications offensively is not going to bode well for them.
Listen, I think that Caleb could be a solid quarterback in this league. We've obviously seen that Ben Johnson has a terrific offensive mind. I just think they're the worst marriage possible. There are so I mean, Tyson Bagent would be more successful with Ben Johnson as his head coach than I think what Caleb is. Ben Johnson, he wants a guy that checks down quickly and gets rid of the ball. And Caleb Johnson just is.
He's
Caleb
not
Williams
that.
just is not.
He
that.
holds the ball entirely too fucking long. There was times in that preseason game, I'm like, bro, what are you doing? He's holding the ball for like 6 or 7 seconds. That is going to get you killed in the NFL, bro. Sir, 6 seconds. How does this keep coming up, bro? Shout out Justin, bro. Inside joke. But like that. That's crazy that your quarterback holds the ball that long, and when he tries to take off and run, he doesn't have the wheels of a Lamar Jackson. Can he get out the pocket? Sure, but when you're holding the ball that long, that makes it that much easier for a defensive tackle or end to catch up with you. I just think that it's not going to run smoothly offensively, and if they get a lead on the team and they're leading throughout a game, sure, it might be fine then, but what happens when you go down 2 scores in the first quarter early in the game, and you might have to shoot your way out of it past halftime? That's where I think the questions are going to come in for Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams and operating this offense.
Oh yeah, and if and when the Lions get on top of them early, then you're going to see that super desperate play calling from Ben Johnson, and I just can't wait.
I don't think
to see
Caleb
the
can execute that.
No, I don't think so either.
Yeah,
I don't think the
Jared Goff
Catfish-
was way more equipped to execute that
Catfish
kind of late
will
game offense.
Be in trouble if that happens for sure. So what are we at here? 90 minutes. How many wins? How many wins for this team this year?
13, locking it in.
Same.
13.
Yes, sir.
I'm at 12. I was at 11 early on, and I think that that's just pure disrespect for what Dan Campbell has created here. The
line is 10.5. Get in while you still can.
Yeah, 10.5. Over on the 10.5, I think 11 happens. I think that just who this team is, that they'll win 12 or 13 games. 14, 15 wins are not out of the question. Like the fact that this team could do what they did with all the injuries last year and finish 15-2, there's no reason why this team can't beat Baltimore and they can't beat the Bill or all the other teams that are on this daunting schedule that everybody's so worried about. I'm not sure whether a 3-4-0 start would be best for them to continue that on, or an early loss pisses them off. The same way that the Week 2 loss galvanized this team after they went to Tampa Bay and lost. To me, either way, this team is winning the division, but I like 12.
Yeah,
like
I'm
12.
not mad at that. Early in the season is going to be the real test. Those first 7 games with all of those AFC opponents, that's going to be tough. A lot of those on the road as well. That's the gauntlet that you got to get through. I think the latter half of the schedule is way more serviceable for the Lions. Of course, besides the Eagles game, you got a pretty easy stretch there to where they can make up a lot of wins quickly if they get in a hole. But I'm not worried about this team, and I do hold the Lions to the standard of being the best team in the NFC, and these AFC teams have to worry about the Lions as well and what they bring to the table as a team. We're very physical. I would say we're the most physical team in all of football. We're going to go out there, we're going to punch you in the mouth, and we're going to make you do some things during the game that you don't want to do. And you got to be ready when that moment calls. Everybody thinks we're going to get conservative Dan Campbell. That may be the case, but fourth down is in this team's identity. And that is something that teams have to worry about when you play the Lions. You got to play all 4 downs, because if you don't, we will bite you in the ass. So if this team can stay healthy, I have no doubts that they will shatter, of course, that 10-win mark set by Vegas. But I think we can get to 13 easily. We heard a lot of this last year too. Oh, the schedule. Oh, teams got better around the Lions. And what did they do? Even in the face of injury, they went out there and gave you 15. So, and not to say that that'll happen again this year. I do think there's truth to they can be a better team with a worse record. But going forward, I think that if they can stay healthy, everything is at this team's disposal.
NFC North record, Justin.
6-0. Nah, I'm kidding. I think it's gonna be 5-1. I think they're gonna slip up somewhere. I don't think they're gonna. It's so hard to continue to go 6-0 against your divisional opponents. That's the toughest games the NFL is playing against your division. So I do think they're gonna go 6-1, but I still think, or 5-1. I think they're just gonna continue to dominate this division, and then one time around the block, they're gonna just have a rough game and just kind of just not be clicking on. Maybe an away game, maybe at Vikings. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know which one exactly, but I do think we're going to fall one time.
KG?
The Vikings are the wild card here, because with the Packers, I think we can sweep the Packers. With the Bears, we're going to sweep the Bears. Shout out straight from the go. The Vikings is where I struggle at, because, if J.J. McCarthy turns out to be damn good and KOC has got yet another quarterback that works better with the offense that he wants to run, I don't know what that looks like, because they have a lot of weapons. I do think there's a chance that they may drop one game there, but for the sake of the show, I will go ahead and say it is a sweep, 6-0 in the division for a second year. It's possible. I know it's not likely, but it's absolutely possible.
I think they lose one to the Queens and one to the Fudge Packers.
We always seem to lose one to the Vikings for some reason. It's just weird.
Not last year.
Not last year.
You're right. Much to Mason Leach's chagrin.
I know, but yeah, but no, it definitely could happen. But I know who's not going to beat us. The Chicago Bears ain't beating the Lions at all. The Packers, if they get lucky, they might get one. But the Vikings is the real question mark. I just don't know. But we'll beat them at least once. I know that.
Home record. We play 8 at home, 9 on the road.
Who do we lose to at home?
Is that math? Does that math? Yes, it does.
Yeah, it does. Yep.
So who we lose to at home?
No, yeah, but just your record. I'm not sure. Without going through the schedule.
Oh, record at home?
Yeah.
We actually have an easier home schedule than we do road.
Yeah, absolutely, we do.
I think max 2 losses.
6-2.
I want to go 7-1, but I'm gonna say 6-2 to be safe.
Don't worry, I think KG will take the 7.
You goddamn right. I'll pick up the ball. 7-1. Pass the ball to the homie in the corner. 7-1.
I'm with you, Justin, at 6-2. So what does that make your road record then at 7-1?
It won't be undefeated. I know that because they have a gauntlet on the road. They will drop some this year. I do think this is the first year that they'll lose back-to-back games.
So 6-3.
So fans, be prepared for that. They are going to probably lose back-to-back games this year. It's not.
That
the
was
end of
my
the world.
last question.
Yeah, it's not the end of the world. But 7-1 at home, and then on the road, I would say. Oh, how many road games?
It's got to be 6-3 because there's 9.
It's 9.
6 plus 7 is your 13 wins.
I'll go 6-3.
You're gonna have to if you want 13 wins.
Oh well, yeah, you're right. So 6-3.
What about you, Justin?
I guess I got to go back to my 7-1 prediction because I got to get to 13 games, and I do think we're gonna go 6-3 on the road. So I'm gonna go and just be the
Which
same
is
as
still
KG.
damn good.
6-3 on the road. Now you're switching to 7-1.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I like 6-3 on the road. That gives us 12 wins. My last question: you think that they're going to dump back-to-back? I don't. I don't see them losing back-to-back games again.
I don't either.
This team's so fired up on revenge, man.
And I just think the schedule, like, there's not really a point where I'm like, that's the back-to-back loss.
You sure? Don't they got Ravens, Bengals like right next to each other?
I think there's no way they lose both those
Ravens,
games.
Chiefs,
I don't
Bengals.
think Bengals back-to-back KC is losses. I don't think that Washington back to Eagles is a loss. I think you win one of those games in all those splits. I don't see them losing 2 games in a row. They're too good for that. They're too good at bouncing back after they lose. I just don't buy it. I think the schedule is very not as good as it could have been set up, obviously, because it is a very challenging schedule, but I do like the quadrants that each of the games are in. There's a lot of, easy games mixed in with some tough games, like road, home, where the bye is placed. All those things I really like about the Lions schedule, and I think it does favor them, which is why they're not going to lose.
You mentioned that in the pregame show. I like that take a lot. It's segmented well, to the point where, if there is a game lost in a 4-game span, there's still 3 other wins there.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why I really think latter half of the season, the Lions are going to cook. Like, they're going to be in full season form. They're going to run through the latter half of that schedule. But the first 7 is what I'm really looking at.
Well, I said this in the offseason right after we lost, and people didn't like it. I felt like they were so focused on being the best team in football and getting that number 1 seed that they were spent.
Yeah. And Dan Campbell backed that up. He sat down with Brad Galley a week ago.
I did see that
He
recently.
even said as much. He said, I failed the team. Like, quote, he said, I failed them. Because they were so focused on getting that number 1 seed, to buy in the playoffs. So I don't think they're going to put as much of an emphasis clearly on that this year, but you do want to see them still go out there and handle the division if they, can. You do want to see them go out there and just maybe not the number 1 seed, but you want to see them in the upper tier of the NFC for sure because, you got to go on the road. Nobody wants to really go on the road in the playoffs. I think the Lions are capable, but if you can avoid that, you want to do that if you can avoid it.
Yeah, I think so. We got about 20 minutes left here in the show. It's going to be interesting to see the bets. Obviously, you guys get over to Caesars Sportsbook. They will match your first bet between $20 up to $1,000. I'm kind of curious to see where all the lines are, where people's action is at. You're better finding this kind of stuff. Is everybody taking the Lions over 10.5? Are we going to see that line move up because of the bets?
I mean, you should. Everything would indicate that the Lions are going to be way better than a 10-win team, as long as they stay healthy.
It would have already moved by now.
Yeah.
If it was going to move, it would have already moved. There would have already been early enough action on it by the right people where they would have already moved it. So it's going to stay at 10.5 until the season starts.
Yeah. Roster predictions being asked for Drank and my 2-step. We did kind of go through all of those. Realistically, we have the question marks at quarterback. We're not sure, what wide receivers are going to make this team. I think that there are some intriguing camp battles at the end of the safety class and as our 3rd tight end as well. But I think for the most part, everything that matters has been decided on this team. Yeah. Hendon Hooker is the one thing still that I just don't have a finger on that pulse. It seems like from their rhetoric that he will still be on this team. Yeah. His play, on the other hand, says otherwise.
And from a fan standpoint, it really shouldn't matter. Like if he makes the team or he doesn't, that's fine. That's up to Brad Holmes because the kid only has a year left on his contract anyway. They're going to have to make a decision on him very, very soon. And I don't think he has a future in the Honolulu Blue. So I'm not really worried about it. If they decide that roster spot should be allocated for him, that's fine. But we know that if Jared Goff goes down, your chances of going to a Super Bowl are cut drastically depending on how long he's out.
Slim to none.
Yeah, so just all depends. Hopefully everyone stays healthy, and you don't want to see Kyle Allen on the field either. So, but yeah, as far as QB2, we kind of know.
He had a perfect QB rating today, though.
Yeah, we know what that is as far as the QB2. If Goff goes down for a few plays, we know who's coming in the game. Fair?
Teddy Bridgewater?
Nah, come on. It's over. Shout out Teddy Two Gloves, man, but nah.
Where's he at? Tampa Bay now?
Yeah,
he's
shout
at
out.
Tampa.
You got mad at somebody in the chat in the pregame show.
Yeah, I did. I mean, like, that was just a lack of, like, general knowledge of the NFL landscape. I mean, that's been, like, he's already played in 2 preseason games. I mean, just, like, I don't know. I don't mean to be a salty bitch, but.
So
let's
let's
figure out
go
a little
there.
bit.
Let's say Goff goes down. This team trades for a QB?
Yes,
Yeah?
absolutely.
You don't think that they would rock it with Kyle Allen? I don't think so either.
No, I don't think so either.
Who the hell's out there, though?
Well, actually, see, it depends on
I think
what
they
the
will
situation is. Like,
Yeah.
if we're talking about Goff's done for the year, I don't know. See, like, that's a different story. Like,
That
maybe
is a
they
different
do
story.
try to go and find some way to try to keep this thing pushing if they're doing well. But at the end of the day, if it's just a couple weeks, I could 100% see them rolling with Kyle Allen. If they're already humming, say they start off the season 4-2, Goff goes down with a little ankle injury, out for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
At that point, I don't think you waste the money. You go into the games with Kyle Allen, you hope for the best, and worst case, you're 6-4 with Goff coming back, and you roll out from there.
You don't want to tank for Arch Manning?
Hell no.
Nah,
In the
like-
Super
Shout
Bowl.
out Kate Corey. That was funny.
No, the time that Goff would get injured at and what their record is would absolutely matter in terms of that. I think if Goff were to go down for any more than 4 weeks, they will go get a quarterback. But if it's anything 4 and below, they're rocking it with Kyle Allen, man, because he already knows the system. Trying to bring a foreign quarterback in middle of the season to learn what the hell what you got going on here, I just don't see that. And then the options out there are very, very slim. So I think they would rock it with Kyle Allen under most circumstances, unless Goff were to go down for an extended period of time.
I want to bring up something here, guys. I forget exactly what his record is, but I'm pretty sure it's a pretty terrible win-loss record as a starter. Played 13 games in 2019 for Carolina, 17 touchdowns, 16 picks. He has 26 touchdowns and 21 picks in his career. Career 82.3 QBR. And somebody in the chat is getting mad at us.
Shout out.
Dynasty Lions.
I love when
Allen
they
looks
get
like a
mad at us.
starter. What the fuck are you talking about?
Who? What'd he say?
He said Kyle Allen looks like a starter.
It's the
Oh, it's number
preseason,
8's team.
man.
Clearly,
Relax.
it's number 8's team. We know that already.
Man. I do think that he's our best number 2.
Yeah.
He certainly looks better than our number 3 right now.
No, he actually kind of impressed me today. I'm not going to lie. With some of the throws that he was
Throw to
making.
Tesla was a dot.
Yeah.
No, yeah, that shit was an absolute dot. And his vision just seems to be there. Like, I trust his ability to read defenses way more than Hendon Hooker at this point. I don't think it's the worst thing in the world. He is an experienced quarterback. He's seen some things in this league. He's had to operate starting offenses before. I don't think it's the worst thing in the world if Goff were to go down and you were to use Kyle Allen, but it just all depends, like I said, situation and what is your record at the time where that would happen. Hopefully it doesn't, though, knock on wood.
They said, wait a second, that's not fair. His team was terrible. Yeah, I guess he played for the Texans. They were not great at that time. Washington wasn't. That's a fair point. Aside from 7 games that he played and
Y'all stop.
attempted no passes for the Buffalo Bills in 2023, that is pretty fair. He's been on largely bad teams without any good wide receivers. So I guess it
Dynasty
would be,
Lions, stop it, man.
you know, I hope that we don't ever see it, but it would be intriguing to see what Kyle Allen could do with the weapons on offense that this team has.
I think any backup quarterback will be well insulated, you know, seeing that we have the weapons on offense that we do and having one of the better offensive lines in all of football. So I think that alone would automatically give you an advantage if you're a backup. So I'm not really worried about it. But Goff has had, you know, a track record of staying healthy. So once again, as long as that offensive line is operational, Goff should be upright and he'll be fine.
Shout out to Trav in the chat, just professing
Big Trav.
more of his absolute love for Hendon Hooker.
He hates
By
him.
the way, did anybody see his mock? Not even a mock draft, his actual draft.
His fantasy draft?
Yeah, he posted it to Twitter.
Oh, shit, for real?
Yikes.
Yikes.
Oh,
Brutal.
for real?
It went
I
viral. terrible
see
because everyone hates his team.
Bro, he did that on purpose, dude.
I don't think he did. No, he defended it all night.
No, he didn't. Here,
Oh, my God. Trav, now I got to go look.
Yeah, you
now
do.
I got to
Pull
see.
it up on. You know what? Pull it up on
Holy
Twitter.
shit.
We'll talk about it here for a second because we got a few more
Holy
minutes.
shit.
Here, I got you. I got it right here.
He's
Yep.
got it.
All right.
Read it out.
Travis, the social media guy. Shout out to Travis. He's the GOAT in the social realm, but he went
Pretty great at that. Not so great at
Yes,
fantasy.
Malik Neighbors round 1, AJ Brown round 2, T Higgins round 3, and Chuba Hubbard round 4. And his team ended up being Kyler Murray at quarterback, Chuba Hubbard at running back, Swift at RB2, AJ Brown Neighbors, Loveland at tight end, Higgins at flex. His bench is Addison, Enamoir, Pat Bryant, Nick Chubb, Joe Mixon, Isaiah Pacheco, and Isaac Tesla.
Hey, good luck with that.
Well,
Solid eighth place.
Right, a team of mid, man. Like, your receiver is good,
You will
but
only miss
besides
the
that,
playoffs by two spots.
you're right. Like, holy shit. Yeah, that's pretty bad, man. That's pretty bad. What was his
What
first
do you
pick?
mean you won the league? The league you just drafted it last night.
Justin, what was his first pick again?
Neighbors, which I'm not mad at.
Yeah, okay, yeah. That's fine. That's
not mad
tough,
at
bro.
that.
That's a tough team, dog. Not in a good way.
I just don't know how you didn't, Trav. I just don't know how you didn't take a running back. Like that's your one really big hole. You don't have a running back.
Yeah.
DeAndre Swift is
I'm
your
not a
RB2 is
Chuba guy
abysmal.
at all.
That's terrible in our 14-man league. That's gonna be awful. If you
Yeah.
and Swift is your RB2,
And he got Loveland that is his starting tight end. Is Loveland starting over there?
yeah, he is.
Okay.
I mean,
That makes sense.
sharing and starting.
Yeah, that's
There's
what I said.
so
They
many
still got Cole
targets over
Kmet,
there.
too.
There's
It's
so
like, I
many
don't know if that
targets
was the
over
best
there.
tight end pick.
Desmond Moore, I got some bad news for you, buddy. Bad news.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to all the shit talk that's going to come out of our fantasy league. When is that draft?
Monday.
Is it? What
Yeah.
time?
8:30.
Okay,
Cannot wait.
good, because I got to host our auction on Tuesday, so that does not conflict.
Oh, you better dual screen it. I don't know what to tell you. I know
Oh,
I'm
no,
finna
no,
eat.
it's on Tuesday.
Oh, okay.
Ours is on
okay. I thought you
Tuesday.
said
I'm
Monday.
hosting
But no,
it.
I'm
so.
finna eat
Make
regardless.
sure you
I
check out
gotta
my college football show Tuesday night, 7:15.
shameless plug.
And make sure you check out the Fantasy Jerks starting at 7:30
Yes, sir.
every Wednesday, powered by fantasypoints.com.
That was a good start there, buddy. I like the show.
Thank you.
Like the
Thank
show.
you. We had a couple of stumbles, but
You'll get there.
We did all right.
It's all about reps. You'll get there.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Shout out to your man, Stu, that was on desk with you. He's
You know, it's
pretty
so
good.
funny. If I hadn't talked about Green Bay, half these people in the chat would left, but they all want to call for my fucking job because I made you guys stick around and talk about something that got you all fucking excited.
So it was on purpose, you were saying.
Figure it out.
Hey.
Figure it out, guys.
All I know is we're going to hold you to this. You said the Lions are losing week 1, so we're holding you to that.
I did.
And
I
I'm
got
holding,
$7 on it.
You goddamn
I
right.
got $7
I
on
expect
it,
my
baby.
$7 quick. Don't hold me up. Don't money order. I need it right then. As soon as they win.
Miss ML Fisher drums Bears last place period. None of us argue that.
No,
it's something
no,
that
Bears
we
are
all
definitely last
resolutely agree on. I think.
They're last place for sure.
Yep.
So who's second place?
Sorry, y'all. Just
Vikings.
got to tell the truth.
It's the Vikings to me
I
as
think
well.
the Vikings are the best all-around team, and I think when you're throwing the ball to Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, and company, you don't have to be that great to be good. I think we saw that with Sam Darnold last year.
Yeah.
So I do think that J.J. McCarthy will be able to at least emulate what Sam Darnold did, and I think that the Vikings are going to be the second best team in this division.
You?
And let me be clear, that's not because I'm a Michigan fan. I just genuinely think that J.J. McCarthy being as good as Sam Darnold is not that difficult to do, especially when you're the high-profile guy that J.J. was coming out of college.
Yes.
And he actually had the year to sit behind him and learn the scheme. That's also
You guys know
another-
where I am with JJ. I think JJ is going to be very, very, very good. It would be hard to be worse than Sam Darnold, even though Sam Darnold was very, very, very good last year.
Yeah.
But I think that JJ, as he grows into the season, is going to become an absolute weapon and somebody that not only Lions fans, but the rest of the NFL have to worry about. Where are you at with second place in this division?
No, and it's definitely the Vikings, and it's not so much that I believe in J.J. McCarthy and what he's going to look like as a Viking. It's my disbelief in Jordan Love and what the Packers look like in terms of, being that second-place team fighting it out with us. I think that, but aside from offense, I think the Vikings have a way better defense than the Packers do. And if they can just get that quarterback play clicking, they're still a damn good unit. Are they better than the Lions? Absolutely not. But they are a team that could compete with the Lions in terms of, vying for that NFC title. And we've seen it. Last year, 14 fucking wins. I mean, how the fuck does that happen? I know their schedule turned out to be cake. They have a harder schedule this year. So if the Lions get a hold of the division early this year, I don't think it'll be so much divisiveness towards the end of the year. I think the Lions will run away with it. But you got to watch out for the Vikings because J.J. McCarthy is an absolute wild card.
3 teams with 10 wins or more in the NFC North?
Yes.
You said 3 teams with 10 or more? Not again. 2. The Vikings and the Lions. I think Green Bay might finish with 9 wins total.
Okay.
I could see it. I'd have to look at Green Bay's schedule.
Yeah.
But I think 9-10 wins is where the Packers are going to be, and I think the Bears are going to be at 8 or 9.
Yeah, I think the same. I think that the Packers are around 10. I think that the Vikings are the wild card.
Yeah.
If JJ comes out and is the white Jaden Daniels, the white boys have returned.
Right.
Honestly, I see a lot of that. I don't know if he has the arm quite yet, or the decision making. But that's what I'm saying, man. I said at the beginning of the draft last year, man. If he comes out and because he kind of plays like the white Jaden Daniels.
Yeah.
And I'm saying if this guy comes out and is polished from week 1, week 2. They could be a real problem. That's a team that could sneak. Like, nobody thought they were going to win 14 games last year.
Yeah.
So there's not a whole lot of reasons to say that they can't win 12 this year.
Well, we know he can hand the ball off like a motherfucker.
Yes,
he is
can.
one of the best
Yes,
handoff quarterbacks of all time. But he can't throw. We all know JJ got an electric arm. He got an arm that, for somebody like a Jay Jettas, you welcome somebody like J.J. McCarthy coming to the team because he can get you the ball deep.
And he's been quarterback proof. Nick Mullins, Jared.
It appears
Hall,
that way.
Whatever.
Yeah. It's just his ability in big games. Shout out Neil Rule. It's just
forget
about what he
Doc,
does
baby.
in big games for JJ. But no, with Jordan Addison, JJ, you got TJ Hawkinson, hopefully healthy. Who fucking knows? He's always hurt. I think they're very, very formidable. But it's just about the consistency with J.J. McCarthy, because there's going to be times where he makes flashy plays, he gets out of the pocket, throws a dime while still looking downfield. Everybody's going to rejoice. But there's going to be times where he makes boneheaded interceptions, and you're like, what the fuck are you doing?
And he does have a cannon. My issue is with that downfield accuracy of his. You know? Whereas you see Jaden Daniels being able to air it out but has that pinpoint accuracy, you see inconsistency with the downfield ball from JJ.
Yeah.
But somebody else in here talked about JJ has just succeeded and overcome at every single level, from high school to college to the pros. I mean, when he was supposed to come to Michigan, they wanted him, they didn't want him. Then is he better than Cade? Is he good enough to lead this team to a Big Ten championship? Well, they ended up winning a natty. I saw that in a microcosm of his one preseason game that he played. He came out, turned the ball over early, and then locked it down and absolutely looked stellar in that game. But his character makeup of constantly overcoming the doubters at every level, as somebody just mentioned in here, as a Spartan, I believe that Wolverine is going to be a great quarterback. And Detroit Lions fans and even former Wolverine fans, they're not going to love him the way they once did.
No, of course. He on the other side now. Like, we appreciate the memories. That was an awesome year that you had. Awesome 2 years, really, when you look at it, that you had as a Michigan Wolverine. But now, that's done. And the NFL is a different animal. So that's just what I want to see. You can't have those same inconsistencies that you had in college in the NFL. They will eat you alive.
You see that across the street? It's Hendon Hooker towel washing a car at Jack's.
Oh my God, y'all leave that man alone, man. I hope it work out for the kid for sure. But but going forward, I mean, the Vikings, I think that JJ does have the makeup to be that quarterback, and that's what should not be. You shouldn't be scared as a Lions fan, but it's something that you should pay attention to. Like, oh, okay, because he's somebody that you might have to deal with for years to come. We thought it was Caleb Williams. So far, that ain't been the case. But JJ is somebody that you absolutely need to pay attention to, especially when he has somebody like Kevin O'Connell coaching him.
Sure. ADIZ4114. I love that idea. We should give Hendon a call and get him on the show.
Hey, I wouldn't mind having him.
As an everyday guy.
I wouldn't mind having him. He'll give us some insight
he's not
to the
gonna be
Lions.
in Allen
you know?
Park, it sounds like.
Yeah, man.
I still think he makes this team. I don't know why.
You could be right.
You do too?
Yeah.
You could be right.
Yeah, there's not a whole.
But it really doesn't matter in the grand scheme because he's not going to see the field. Hopefully, he does not see the field.
Yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting, but
it will be.
We're coming up on 2 hours now, having a lot of fun, arguing, getting some shit talk from the chat. I was told I'm dark energy. Do you believe that in person, that I'm a dark energy human?
I mean, not when you're not on the post game show, but post game, I know.
Listen, this is all fucking Honolulu Blue cornbread and Kool-Aid reach arounds by unbelievable Lions fans.
Corn and blue is his favorite line.
Who are unable to like be objective. And the fact is we could all sit here and stroke each other off to the Lions, but somebody's got to come up with some questions. Somebody's got to come up with some debate.
I feel
and
you.
If any of you think that you can question my fandom for the Lions, you need to watch a little bit more and you need to come meet me in person. This is a talk show, and we need to talk about both sides of this Lions team. I'm not here to just feed you rainbows and blue Kool-Aid, period, all right?
Yeah, I respect that.
We got a show to do. He knows it. He knows it. Unfortunately, a lot of you in the chat don't know it, and you'd rather spend your time talking shit than actually asking questions that we'd love to read on the air for you guys. Now, in 2 weeks, we will return. Our location, we will reveal to you over this next coming week. Tomorrow, Tigers Woodward live stream.
Shout out Tigers, 1-0 in the series so far.
Crushing it. And then next weekend, Saturday and Sunday, both Woodward Tiger live streams. I believe we'll have Nick Koloff here for that. Tomorrow he'll be down at Comerica. But again, in 2 weeks, we will be all together. Pre-game, watch party, post-game, might even be at 2 different locations. But we're going to dial up some very special stuff for you this year.
Yeah.
I'm going to incorporate some of the prize packages that we do, but it's not going to be a little stack of cards. It's going to be some very, very cool shit. But
we're going to have some nice segments, too.
no doubt.
On
And
that
some
post-game
arguments.
show.
And some arguments.
Oh, yeah. You know we're going to get into it,
I
man.
need to put
No,
this
I'm going
on
to just
the
let you
screen
crash
right
out and I'm going to watch.
Because I made an AI picture of what straight from Go 676 is on ChatGPT. So I'm gonna put that on the screen real quick.
All right.
Take yourselves a peek, and then you guys can react to it because I think this emulates him very well.
That looks like a Bears fan to me.
I'm pretty sure he doesn't even use a plate for his wingdings, bro. He just puts them right in his lap.
Well,
Yeah.
it looks like it. You can see there's a buffalo sauce on his lap. So.
Honestly, that just felt like all of the Chicago Catfish fan base to me right there.
Yeah, no, that encapsulates them all, especially after they go 5 wins in the season. That's how they're going to be looking. So
15 in the last 3 years, but they're ready to take the North, aren't they?
I know, right?
Crazy.
We'll see, man. That's what I'm really watching. You asked about my second favorite team. Nah, my second favorite team to fail is definitely the Bears, man. I'm going to be watching that with a very close eye.
I eat pizza, chumps. Yeah, the pizza laying on your fat ass thigh right there. We saw it. No, but honestly,
hey, shout out. I love Chicago pizza, by the way. Chicago style is undefeated to
you
me.
mean
But
pizza quiche? It's defeated.
hey, I don't
each
give
and
a fuck
every
what
day
it
by
is. That
Detroit
shit
Deep
is
Dish.
fire. No, Detroit deep dish, absolutely fire.
You just
but
said undefeated.
No, but Chicago deep dish is undefeated.
Really
I love
Louisiana.
Undefeated
I love a
until
pie.
it plays Detroit.
I love pizza pie. I do. But deep dish, come on, bro.
It's
That's
quiche,
it's
bro.
1A and 1B. It's 1A and 1B.
Oh, no, it's not 1B. It's not 1B. See, Corey, Detroit pizza is better on every single level.
Detroit style Chicago pizza is better than Chicago, though.
No, Detroit style pizza is better than
No,
Chicago
but
style pizza.
we have Detroit places that do Chicago style
Well, of
pizza
course.
that
We
are
do everything
that
better
kick
than
ass.
Chicago.
So I'm just saying, but
No doubt.
That's just me. I love deep dish. So
Doughboy Steve, I saw that there is a 2-hour breakdown from John Gruden on the NFC North. I am looking forward to diving into that tonight. But you guys, we appreciate you guys for diving into these preseason shows. It's preseason, but you guys were here for it, and
For
we
us
do
too.
appreciate you guys so much. Again, make sure you're with us tomorrow for the Woodward Tigers live stream.
And the Lions report in the morning.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right.
Shout
8 to
out.
9:30, we'll be doing the
Broder
Lions
T4
weekly.
shine.
Yeah, Broder will be here. They got a special guest as well, and the wonderful Haley will be in for that one. You guys will also be returning Tuesday night for your college football segment.
sir.
Wednesday night is Fantasy Jerks, and then, of course, on
Yep.
Monday, you know how to start your day. Grab your coffee, get in with Mornings with S&M.
Yeah.
I mean, Sean and Mass. And then, of course, BDE, followed up by the Braylon Edwards show, and then capped off by the most organic sports talk show in the business, the Heavyweights. But
We finna cook this Lion season, bro.
Oh.
Like, last Lion season was fun. We gonna absolutely murder this season, man. I cannot wait.
it's expected now.
Yes, sir.
The
Yes,
bar
sir.
is high, my friend.
Yes.
Well, we appreciate you, Justin, for making us look great all day today.
Yes, thank you.
Appreciate the food as well.
Yes.
Shout out to Mads. She's
Straight from the
wonderful.
go, I see you in there. All love, but we gonna whoop that ass week 2.
That's right. And we do appreciate all you Bears fans and anybody else.
Yes, please.
We're going to talk shit, but we do enjoy having you here. We appreciate it. And appreciate you, KG.
Oh, I appreciate you, man.
Preseason are in the books, buddy.
We about to do 17 plus. I cannot wait, bro. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be
Do you
great.
want 20 or do you want 21?
21, of course.
Yeah, well, if we're the number one seed, it's only 20.
Hey, well, either way,
I'll take
it.
the number 2 seed.
Yeah.
I kind of don't like that week off.
Whatever amount of wins gets us to the dance and wins it. That's all I care about.
No, you heard it here first. We appreciate you guys. The preseason is in the books.
Finally!
We will return in
God
2
damn.
weeks as we watch the Lions take on the Packers in Green Bay with $7 on the line and a hat made of cheese.
Just give me the money now. Just give it here now.
Appreciate all of you guys.
Money.
Have a safe and lovely Saturday night. We'll see you back here tomorrow for the Lions Weekly Update.
We out.
Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit.